jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
First and the building. Christopher White on deck. What's good with it? Good morning, WCS. Salute to you. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Yes, sir. Let's start it off. Let's rock the house. Midweek. We getting closer. We 10 days out to the fish fry, the two-time undisputed. Yes, sir. Let's turn up. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. We're another day closer to finishing this week and get on fight week. God damn it! Hey, we close. We real close. You know what? We danger close, nigga. We danger close. That's how close we are. We are danger close. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the GOAT, Big Punch and Boxing in the building. 10 days out, WCS salute. Bud by destruction. Hashtag two-time. Shout out to Carlos Rosado in the building. Hey, my man, WCS the legend last night was epic, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. It had to be done. It had to be carried out in that manner. Nothing less. Nothing less. Appreciate everyone who pulled up to support the channel every day, all day. Salute to y'all. Nothing without the supporters. Nothing without the supporters, man. Real talk. The supporters is where it all happens, man. Big salute to y'all. Shout out to the XO Factory in the building. OGWCS, what's good, big bro? 10 days out. Let's get it. Yeah, we here, man. 10 days. We got a dime, y'all. Just think we initially started the countdown. Man, we was like at 66 days, man. We was like at 66 days. Just think about that. Man, we was like at 66 days when the news broke. Time was ticking, right? The clock don't stop till the bang, bang, boogie the beat. Mitch from Paid in Full thinking of something. You thinking 10 years, I'm thinking 10 days, man. You know, for real. Switch it up. Switch it sports. Salute 10 days and count. Y'all already know, man. You know, you already know. You know what I'm saying? 10 days and running straight into Las Vegas. Weigh-ins is less than that, y'all. Weigh-ins in 9 days. 9 days weigh-ins, dog. 9 days, y'all. We about to get up in this month 9 days before the global You know, the global axis change, man. The global axis will change. You know what I'm saying? People will lose their sanity, lose their motherfucking sanity, dog. We about to see Bud Crawford go in here and give this man the business. What's going on, Justin? Salute to you. Big shout out to you, man, for the $5 super sticker early in the morning, the early morning. You know what I'm saying? Up in the morning. $5 super chat on deck. Well, super sticker on deck. I appreciate you, brother. One love. Thanks for donating to the channel, bro. Detroit, D-Town. Did I put that up there? There we go. Detroit, D-Town in the building. What up, though, WCS? Countdown to the showdown. TBC all day. Yes, sir. I like that. Countdown to the showdown. That's where we at. Countdown to the showdown. One fist in front of the other. Everybody trying to get that money. Everybody trying to get paid. NO, what's good? On deck in the building. Sticker Boy Fishing and Sports, I see you. What's good? Good morning to everyone that's on deck. Salute Blunts. WCS about to put some work in. Let's get it. Let's go, man. Zone 6er on deck. Salute to you in the building. Bud Media workout today. Yes, sir. Well, you put it like this, like it's a workout is good, you know, for the pictures and everything. I thought about popping my head in there. I really did, but I said no because it's just difficult to work up in there. You know, I really thought about dropping through and show support. You know, but you know, it's just too much of a headache trying to work with those people. And plus, when you got those same people that's feeling some type of way about how you talking about one of the golden childs, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make it seem like, oh man, you know, I want to rah, so they can get a reason to kick you out and shit. It's just not healthy, man. It's just not healthy. You want to go over there and get your work in. You don't have to babysit a old ass hag. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to babysit a hag. Damn, it went from they were ever fight to 10 days away. I still can't believe the fight has actually happened, regardless who you pick. We all win with this fight. I appreciate that, no doubt. You're right. I feel you on that. We just want to make sure Spence make this weight. That's all I'm saying, Carlo. I'm still keeping faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm still keeping faith. I hope he make this weight, though. I hope that he make this weight. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, some more. What's good with it? OG? How you feeling? Salute to you in the building. Shout out to Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime Shaw on deck. You already know what it is. Team Tucker in the building. Top of the hot grease, WCS. Salute to the chat. You already know, man. You already know. Juice Lee. Salute WCS in the chat. Yes, sir. What it do, Juice? What's good with your mind? Mass fishing and growing. What's good? Salute in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning, supporting the channel. My guy Dion Washington, sniper position. You already know, man. Tuscaloosa in the building. What's good there, Dion? How you feeling, big dog? How you feeling, man? Congrats on the now I wouldn't say the transformation. Just you went through fight camp, dog. You went through fight camp, man. You know what I'm saying? You was up there running hills. You was doing more cardio than Spence, Dion. You know what I'm saying? They was probably looking at your videos and say, yeah, we got to get out here and goddamn get this work in, man. You know, Dion, he keep on running up the hills. He running up more hills than we running up. Man, he don't drop more weight than you did, Spence. God damn. Shit, man, you got to get on the ball. I can't say what's up to everybody while I get ready. But salute to all my brothers in the chat, no doubt. No doubt. Shout out to Caps in Full G in the building. What's good with the Caps in Full? Salute to you, brother. One love, man. Joseph Bailey on deck. Yes, sir. Salute WCS in the chat. What's good? Man, it's an early morning, man. The sun is out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them put you in the shade, man, when they trying to throw shade. Shine on their ass, man. Shine on their ass. It's 10 days out for two-time undisputed. Vegas will be lit next week. Now the language changed, brothers. We're talking about next week. You know how, well, when I was growing up, we say, hey, man, we're going to take care of that next week, man. They throwing this big ass party. It's going to go down next week, man. You going? Yeah, I think I can make that happen. I'm going to rearrange some hours and shit, work a little late over here so I can get off at this time. But yeah, I'm going to be able to make that next week. Shit is popping next week. So for everyone that's known about this way ahead of time, you should have already made your plans. If you're trying to make plans now, I'm pretty sure your bosses already know what you're trying to do. If you're trying to call out sick and they're gonna say, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Well, matter of fact, why don't you not come back to and pick up your final check in August? What you mean? Yeah, because I found out that it's a fight going on in Vegas, and a lot of you other niggas are goddamn taking off too. You know what I'm saying? We got work to do. But it's on a Saturday, boss. Yeah, we work weekends too, goddamn it. I know what you're trying to do. You want to go over there and spend all the goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? And deal with that and fornicate. You want to go over there and fornicate because it's kind of legal over there. There's gonna be a lot of dirty stuff going on. There's gonna be a lot of wild shit going on in there. You know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna be going on in Vegas next week. So all I'm saying to you all, make sure you stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? You may potentially see me on the rooftop in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? I might be on the what they say. What's the word they use? I might be on the main road, the strip. You know what I'm saying? Because Vegas Strip be lit. But this live, man, is another live stream interview from the Pivot Podcast, right? And I'm gonna try to get through some of it without all of it because it's okay, man. It's with EJ. This was pretty, it was better a little bit than the last one. It wasn't as bland, but you got three dudes actually asking the question, and they pretty good with it. You know what I'm saying? But also you hear some contradiction in here with Spence, as always, that I just want the aerosexuals to stop talking and trying to put the blame on Terrence Crawford for always not making the fight happen, and Spence saying, he made the fight happen and all that. He can say what he want, but he keep on crossing over his words. Like he's doing so many interviews, he need to remember what he said the last time. Everybody knows the Pivot has interviewed Spence twice. I wonder if they reached out to Bud. Well, I did hear one of the members, and good question, Joseph. Good question. You paying attention. You are paying attention, goddammit. That's what I love, that attention. Listen, they also said they acted like, oh, no, we got to go talk to Bud. Well, Crowder, he said that Bud had an ugly afro. And see, Bud, the type of dude that is getting that motherfucking remember shit like that, And yeah, I don't know if they're gonna get an interview with Bud before, or they already have. I don't know. Some of this stuff is pre-recorded, and they just put it out there when they put it out there, but some of it ain't. I mean, most of it is though, but I don't know if Bud is gonna roll through there, because any indication that they're not in your best interest, the PR team should tell you that I don't think these dudes in your best interest. They're gonna do some bullshit like $1 million worth of game and have all these loaded questions that they didn't really ask Spence. But Spence was asking pretty decent questions, the same questions that we talk about all the time. See, these podcasts, they get shit from the YTC, but they would never highlight us because they're gonna say, "Oh man, we're not gonna give another channel clout." But see, I can't blame them because their PR team go out here and collect the information and then disseminate it back to them with producer notes, and they go over it and they know exactly which question to ask. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly which questions to ask and what's going on. That's all that is. So let's get down to this pivot.
His trainer talking, my trainer talking, so he's saying little stuff to get me kind of ticked off. So I start saying little stuff, getting him ticked off. So it really gets you pumped up, especially you eyeing each other face to face. The little face off, we staring at each other to get you ready to go.
We watched, the build up to it. Yeah. It's so much tension right now, and it's like you always say, you'll be like, I respect him, but he can't really box with me. I respect him, but he ain't fight nobody. But you can't say you respect him, nigga. Say
Nah, I respect him for sure. Like, I respect what he done, and I respect his talents, but he has improved. I feel like he hasn't really fought anybody. Yeah. And I just
see this right here. To start off my Wednesday morning, it's just kind of get on my nerve because make up your mind. You know what I'm saying? Do you respect him? You respect him or you don't respect him? Make up your damn mind. Like you keep going back and forth. You say everybody on his resume was great when you was in NYC, and then you turn around and you act like you in front of a different group of dudes, and the shit don't add up. Like make up your mind on where you gonna stand, where you gonna take your stance, and just stay there.
Like me versus him, it don't matter who it is, I'm just gonna run him over.
Hold up. So listen, I pay attention to little stuff like this, and if you heard it from here first, cool. You probably have, but I pay attention to little small details, right? Errol Spence's game plan will not change when he steps in there with Bud Crawford. He's telling you the game plan because he can't get it out of his head. The closer he get to the fight and how anxious he is, he just want people to know that he's the guy. He's the better skill guy. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's been on record as saying that he don't have better skills than me. So he's giving you the game plan on what his intentions are to run him over. He said it. They don't have a plan B and C. When your game plan is to run someone over, then it's not really what angle you're gonna take. They're used to going head on to try to run somebody over. You don't see somebody trying to go in from the side, say, I'm gonna run them over. Let me just dip out here to the side. No, your opposition is gonna turn and face you. So it's gonna be similar to the same direction as if it's head on. So you're always gonna be right there in his face, right there in his space. That's what this plan is for Spence. He wants to run Crawford over. He wants to break him down. He don't have no other game plan, y'all. Don't believe what you hear. Don't believe all these predictions. Spence does not have a game plan outside of moving forward and trying to run this man over and establish his dominance. That is how he fought from the past to the present.
Was a FaceTime? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Y'all talk?
Yeah, we
You ain't never got into what was that FaceTime about? Because that conversation, if me and him sitting here like, I'm the big dog. No, I'm the big dog. Bitch, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that conversation go with y'all, but that's how it would go with me. How was that like because this fight, it was hard to get this fight, is what everybody understands. It was difficult to make this happen, but it's happening. What was that like when y'all actually got together man to man and figured it out?
The first time we FaceTime, it was more of just a fill out. Like, we were just talking on the phone, talking about family, talking about life, talking about investments, all this type of different things, talking about, the state of boxing, what's in, who's good. And we were just filling each other out, talking about kids, all that. And then we probably talked about the boxing part like 10 minutes. And then the next time we got on FaceTime, we started talking more about it. He started telling me, the stuff that he was concerned about and the things he wanted. And, it made sense to me. It made sense. I was like, yeah, I understand that. Like,
see, this is where the contradicting comes into play. I can't make this shit up, man. See, when I talk about it without the audio, then they come at me and say like, well, no, you just being extremely biased. Now, Errol Spence is talking about what Bud Crawford was saying makes sense. All that shit he was saying in 2022, that, who does that? Who wants transparency? Who wants to take a look at the books? All that information was out there the same way it is now. But as time go by, people forget what the fuck they said. So he feels that, it was okay what Crawford was talking about. Now he want to come clean because they about to fight. But he needs to put out a tweet to his fellow aerosexuals and let them know, don't use it in the debate no more, because you're looking stupid when Spence is up here saying something different than what he said back in 2022. You know what I'm saying? It makes y'all look all y'all look crazy.
Wanted to know basically, about everything, where every dollar is going to, so, and he wanted to be a part of it. And I understood that because,
he say he understood it. Did y'all just hear Spence say he understood it? Bud wanted to know where every dollar was going. He understood it. Errol said he understood it. So you dudes is out here continue to say, oh, he wanted transparency. How can he do that? Ain't nobody ever did that. Al Haymon ain't gonna give him, and Al Haymon gonna never do business with him because the way he got up and went to BLK Prime. Dude, y'all were nowhere close to the situation. This man is telling you all, point blank period. He understands why Crawford wanted transparency. That makes all the business sense in the world. You want to know where the money is at. If you're talking about net pay on the back end, it's good business sense, right?
Wherever he came from with Top Rank and Bob and them, they gave him no control over that. So he was trying to take control over his own career, basically, and make sure everything's structured out right. So that was kind of a big hurdle to get over right there. And then
I just want to briefly speak about what he said, that Top Rank gave him control, because we have had black content creators more so identifiable that Bud Crawford was in a plantation setting. He was in a slave, you know what I'm saying? He was oppressed. He was in a slave type position that he had to ask, and he wasn't able to think for himself. But that's not the energy that I'm getting from Spence, though. That's not what I'm getting. Spence is saying that he was in control, and I can understand why he was asking the questions he was asking. You know what I'm saying? He's up here being rational for once and saying, "Yeah, I understand." But listen, you're being understanding months and months after all this damn rhetoric was spreaded out here online, and you was nowhere to be seen. You didn't try to stop it, but you coming on here past mid-year when you about to go in the fight, and you're just trying to cleanse yourself. You're just trying to cleanse yourself because you knew all the shit that was being spoken was bullshit, but you didn't do anything to stop it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't try to mitigate it or anything.
And with me, I feel like I really got this fight because it was things he was asking for that, Al and them was like, that I wasn't going to, they thought I wasn't going to do it. And we talking about percentages. And, I basically was like, yeah, like give him that, just to fight. It's just the fight I want, period. Regardless of, anybody else or moving up, fighting somebody. Like, I feel like I can't leave 147 pounds without fighting him. And he can't leave 147 pounds without fighting me, regardless of what he say. I feel like he's my dancing partner and I'm his dancing partner. Like,
hard,
you know what I'm saying? We meant for each other.
I love that.
So we got to make it happen. This one of these legendary fights. This is like Sugar Ray not fighting Tommy Hearns. Or Tommy Hearns not fighting Marvin Hagler. You know, so it's something that basically for me, I feel like it had to happen.
With that, there's a lot of numbers involved. You were just saying you felt like you was the draw, the big dog, but they got you as the underdog.
Oh yeah, sure.
How do you feel about that?
I really don't feel nothing about it. I mean, my people gonna win a lot of money, but
I'm your people.
you know what I'm saying?
So he don't feel any type of way about them calling him the underdog, and they're gonna have another session later on in the podcast where this once again come to the surface for discussion. You feel me? So he said he don't care because his people gonna win a lot of money, you know. And I remember somebody saying in the chat that Spence is probably putting bets on Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That was hilarious. That was a classic right there. But he said he don't care. You know, he don't care if they calling him the underdog. You know, if you want to bet the money, you want to bet the house or whatever they said, whoever's talking, bet on him. That's what he's saying. He says people gonna get paid. He's confident. He's confident. He's supposed to be confident. You know.
I feel nothing about it, and you know I'm a rational person, so you know maybe I should be the underdog if you tell these people to do all the best and stuff. What I've been through, what the stuff that occurred in the past 2-3 years. I mean, I should be the underdog. We're talking about car crash, eye injuries, and everything. So, I mean, if they read up on that, they'd probably be like, yeah, we're going to make my underdog because, Terrence Crawford's his accolades. And, yeah, I've been winning. You know, they see all that. They research everything and see all that type of stuff and then, make their draw on it. But I'm not sure about being an underdog. I feel like that makes for a better story for me.
You're talking about better stories. You ever thought about what your Showtime Netflix story might be like? Because last time we sat down with you, you had the accident and the fight. Then you just recently had the accident in December. Now you got the fight. I'm talking about perseverance and rebounding. And like that story itself, I think will be amazing on film. You ever think about?
Now, I thought this question was out of place, specifically out of line. Didn't really have no relevance at this point because we're 10 days out, right? And I know when they actually did this showing, I know it was days back or whatever, but it just didn't make any sense to be talking about a documentary right now. We're talking about getting the fighters to the scales. We need to get the fighters to the scales. It shouldn't have been anything about no documentary. Because listen, just as you are speaking to him right now, he goes in there and he gets knocked clean the fuck out. Do you want that to be in the story, or that's when you get your best editors and say, "Hey, we want to cut this clip down just as short as possible. We just want a glimpse, like Mike Tyson hitting the mitts. We just want a little glimpse, boom, and keep it moving." Why are we talking about documentaries? Like a lot of time they want to do documentaries on fighters who have been successful and did some incredible things, but yet I understand where he's coming from to a point where adversity always sells in a documentary because they can put it, they can put it in the trailer and everything and give people that climactic moment, the suspense and drama and all that. I get it, but I didn't think that had a place right now in this interview. It really takes the emphasis. It takes the attention off of the fighters and what all went down from 2022 to 2023. So I just thought that wasn't a relevant question about no damn documentary, bro.
Things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I documented a lot of stuff. Like I got videos and everything with no teeth, playing with my kids out there. Like they joking with me, and my eyes swollen. I got gash and everything. So yeah, I had thought about it, and I was like, man, I wish I recorded, but at that time I was too embarrassed to have somebody record me. Like I was like 190 pounds. Like my hair was on out white.
100 and what? Excuse me. Stray on deck, stray on deck, activate, stray on deck. Did you hear that, Stray? 190 pounds. 190 pounds. And then when he got out the hospital, he say once he was able to get back on his feet, he was back in the streets. He got on his feet, he was back on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Did you propose that question there, Stray? Huh, Stray? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about everything else. Did you hear 190 pounds? We're talking about a guy that's a welterweight, and he damn near about to go in there and fight goddamn Makabu. He trying to challenge goddamn Bridgerweight.
And I was still wild too. Like after my car crash, I was still like going out, drinking and everything, and having fun, partying and everything right after my car crash.
We talked about it, bro. Get a motherfucking driver.
So this is where it becomes another issue for me. The way I look at it as adults, right? He just told you what he was doing after the car crash. He just told you that. And Crowder, if that's his name, he goes on to say and get a driver. But you don't highlight as three black men that is talking to this fighter who is about to go in there for the biggest fight of his career. But yet the reason why he's the underdog is because of his outside the ring actions, right? And what he just told you. Everybody in that room heard what he just said to you. So he was comfortable enough to put that out there. After the accident, he was out there drinking. Y'all go straight to joking around about he need to get a driver. No, he needs to put down the bottle, because for a long time there was so many people who was being criticized for saying this man was a drunk, a wino. He was out there, just screwing around and doing what he wanted to do, knowing that he was a professional boxer, and a lot of people depended on him, and a lot of people he was supporting. But they just gonna talk about getting a driver. So let's see if they go a little bit more in depth about this, because I know we've heard it before, but this is a different group of people. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to press him about violating, like these dudes, if you was in the NFL, violating the NFL rules and policies? Is anybody going to hold this guy accountable? Just like he said, God was knocking on his door after the accident, but yeah, he still went out to the club drinking. So was it God, or was it something just sounds good for him to say to the people leading up to this fight so they can pay for the pay-per-view? I don't know. He just told them. Let's see if he goes into it.
Let's talk real. We done sat down. That's our second time sitting down, bro. Your ass can't drive. Your ass do not need to grab a wheel the rest of your life. Like, get a driver.
On the court, I do need to get a driver because
and see, that's bullshit. Like, they talking about he need a driver, but he said he was drinking. They didn't say nobody was forcing it down his mouth, but they say he need a driver. No, it's other variables that he need. It's other resources that he need. But y'all niggas up here just joking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then you get people on here, right? You get people on here. I remember they used to tell me, "Oh, you don't ask the hard questions and all that shit." Well, you need to hit them. You need to hit them up and tell them they don't ask the hard questions, because at the end of the day, they pick and choose their favorites depending on who they play for and what they favorite, who they got a connection with. They pick and choose who they're gonna go hard in the paint for. You know what I'm saying? And we seen that with $1 million worth of game, how they was very light with Errol Spence once he came on, and then we seen with the pivot. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad interview. All I'm saying is y'all really didn't take extra time for him to give you more details as to why he was doing what he was doing, knowing that he had a manifesto to complete. He wanted to become undisputed welterweight title holder. So why would you jeopardize it going out and just being reckless?
To the day, I'm still like I get nervous. And it's the fact that I'm so brave that I drive. Like, I don't be tripping. But I don't know if it's stupidity or what, but I be nervous as hell. Like, even when I'm at the red light, like, I just envision, like, a car coming and crashing. Or when I'm driving, like, I can't even, I got to stay in the middle. I can't drive, like, by the wild or nothing because I just envision somebody hitting me or something like that. Or if I'm driving past a four-way lane, like, I just envision somebody or, like, running the light and hitting me. Mm-hmm. So it be things like I definitely do need to drive.
I drive for you.
That's some bullshit. This man is telling you he has PTSD. He has to drive in the middle lane, and all these dudes are doing is just laughing and joking around. You know what I'm saying? They have no freaking courage to dig a little deeper and to make the interview interesting. You know, I mean, is it acceptable now? Is it acceptable to see that somebody has told you point blank that they had a situation going on that affected them for life? This affected him for life. It could have put him in the same position as Paul Williams. It could have put him in the same position as Diego Corrales. You know what I'm saying? Vinny Pazienza. It could have put him in a position where he wouldn't be able to come back to fight. You know what I'm saying? I can't say Pritchard Colon because, you know, he was getting punched in the back of the head and he ended up, you know, in a vegetative state. I can't say Jerry McClellan either. But I'm just saying it could have been as dangerous and damaging like that to the point where he never would have laced up a pair of gloves again. But they just calm. They just left that shit alone and started joking and laughing and allow this man to just go ahead and tell his story without holding him accountable for anything. So I'm like, they love going for the person that's out here taking L's. That's what it seems like society is at right now. You always want to root and cheer on the person that's taking L's out here. But yet the person who's doing everything, you look at them as like, oh, they're not taking enough risk. They're boring. They don't do enough to excite me. I need to see a jail mug shot. I need to see them on the news. I need them to get in some trouble.
After this, he'll have enough to pay us all to drive. So, man, we might need to do it for real. Somebody to hang with. We got you, man.
Even with that, you know, Channing talking about the driver, all that different stuff. And, you know, from your last fight versus Ugas, you know, to now, the time in between the fights, you know, a lot of things go on. How do you maintain your discipline, you know, your focus, knowing that this fight was potentially on the horizon? Like, how do you stay in it so you don't have to do so much to get back ready for this type of fight?
That's the other dude that asked about the documentary, and this, you know, this question makes minimal sense to me too. You know, what do you do to stay focused and everything like that? Like, it's not a totally bad question, really. It's not a totally bad question, but y'all just left the other information alone, and now you've moving like this question that he just asked, kind of much. You know, it bleeds. It has a little bit of residue from the previous answer that Spence gave about driving. I mean, drinking and going to the club after the accident. You know what I'm saying? Now you ask him how he stay focused. He just showed you how he's unfocused. You know, back then and what he was doing, he was going out to the club and all that. But now you're trying to say, okay, how do you stay focused now? You should have asked, what have you done up to this point? Being that you're about to train for the biggest fight of your career, what are you doing different? That's all. What are you doing different than you haven't did before? Just let us know. You know what I'm saying? Who are you talking to now? Who's keeping you on the straight and narrow?
I just stayed at home, basically. I mean, I stayed at home all the time. Like, I barely went out. Like, not only talking about club, I'm just talking about went out period, like hanging out with friends, internet. Like, I just stay home on my ranch, hang with my kids, do stuff with my kids, do stuff with my girlfriend all the time. Like, that's how I spend most of my time. Cause I don't get in trouble when I'm with my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that. I was like, man, I don't never get in trouble when I'm with my girlfriend or my kids. Like, it's always if I'm with my partners.
That's usually how we become partners, though, dog.
You know, truth be told, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Hearing a man that's 33 years old saying, you know, I don't get in trouble with my girlfriend, get in trouble with my partners. That's still life choices. Real talk, life choices. It ain't a time where I was with somebody, you know, at that age that, you know, in my 30s, that I'm saying I'm getting in trouble with my partners. At that point in time, early experiences should have put me in a state of maturity where I can say, well, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that, or I should be doing this and that. This is going to be more healthy for me and bring better results than going out with them right here. But you choose to be with your girl and you choose to go out with whoever you're going out with. At the end of the day, it still leads back to the same moments that we've heard play out in the media that you have brought to the light, that many people was ridiculed for. You know what I'm saying? Many people was ridiculed. They was put up there as if they was telling lies on you. And I just think it was messed up that you never really came up. You really never stood up and say it's true. It's true. Don't sit up here and tell these people that they just lying and they're hating on this man. It's actually true. When a person sit back that has a platform like this and they know they was into some fucked up shit, but yet they have people that really fuck with them and support them, and you allowing them to basically be your advocate. You're allowing these people to be your defense. You know what I'm saying? You're allowing these people to be out there defending you, even though they defending a lie, and you know they defending a lie. So all you had to do is come out and say this long time ago. Even on the YTC, you could have shut down some of these naive individuals that were saying, "Oh, that's not true." Some of these cats is over in Texas, and they up here, they'll tell their kids never to do what you did. Never. Don't ever do that in your life. Grow up to be somebody better. But yet you over here in the YTT supporting and defending somebody you don't even know. You know your kids, but you don't know this nigga. You just know him from TV. So you're up here defending, oh man, you know, that's just rumor mill. No, it's not rumor mill no more. And we haven't heard enough of the content creators that was the main culprits that was up here co-signing this shit, that he wasn't doing anything and all that. They was the main one co-signing. They haven't came out here and apologized. But I just thought this question this dude asked didn't make no sense again. You know, you could have pressed him on him drinking after he had the accident and kind of bleeded over into this question a little bit.
It's usually how it happens.
Yeah, like I'm never in trouble. Like when I'm with my girl, everything's smooth. Like nothing ever happened. But as soon as you know I drift off, hang out with my guys, something happened. So I just keep it with my girl, my kids, and just stand out the way. I pop in the gym, do work out at the gym, run. But it was basically just being at home, watch TV.
The other thing that I want to know, like in listening to you, I don't understand the mindset of a combat sports athlete, right? Like I know what football is and what it's like to have teammates. And I know that if this dude, I can't really handle him, I might have Chan. I'd be like, Chan, man, you need to take this block on. Let me get around. For you, it's once I'm inside that ring, it's me and you. When you talk about having a conversation with a guy, you're talking about kids and you're talking about investments and you're talking about life and all those things. How does that affect you when it comes to having to go dismantle this man to continue your career and your longevity?
I feel like I'm an apex predator. It's just like I could be in the locker room talking to my opponent, chilling. We could be playing dominoes in the locker room and just fighting dominoes, playing cards, playing video games. And then as soon as somebody come in and be like, oh, it's fight time. Once we get in, I don't even know you. Like, I'm going to straight try to decapitate you, destroy you. And I don't know where it comes from. I guess it's that it factor. It's what makes, you know, some people great, some people good, and some people okay. Because not everybody got that. You know, that's what the instincts of a Floyd or you know, Manny Pacquiao or Mike Tyson, you know, Muhammad Ali. You know, I can like Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. You know, got him reinstated back in the boxing after he refused to go to the military. Yeah, like he didn't know Joe Frazier. He did that for him.
Yeah.
You we're talking about like a dog, and they fought each other like dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. Like, it doesn't matter if I know you, you be my best friend. You know, once we in the ring, my competitiveness come out, and I don't know you from a can of paint.
As far as boxing goes, E, you haven't experienced professional disappointment, right? Inside the ring. Like you.
When he initially presented this question, he said he hasn't experienced professional disappointment. I mean, I like the way you worded it, but when you obtain the title professional, it's when you go home also. You're professional, period. You know what I'm saying? They don't call an NFL player a professional football player until they see him on the field. If he's seen anywhere else and the cameras have to be rolling or whatever, he plays for a professional team and people consider him to be a professional, just like basketball, any other sport, track and field, all that. You're a professional. You know what I'm saying? So to say you haven't taken any professional failures, yes. If you fuck up outside, you know what I'm saying, you have fucked up what your actually job is, because in the Corps they used to tell us we were Marine 24/7. Now, it's no such thing as being a professional Marine. You know what I'm saying? It's no such thing as being a professional Marine, but you are signed up for the federal government, and you do have to conduct yourselves in a sense where your actions outside in civilian is going to definitely affect you when you put on that uniform. That's why a lot of things that happen that's considered misdemeanors in the civilian pop, it's almost like doing a felony, you know, in the Corps, because the longevity of your punishment can just either have you kicked out the military, and when you get kicked out the military, it's lifelong. You know what I'm saying? It's lifelong. So when he's up here, you know, talking about you haven't suffered any failures as a professional, that's not entirely true, bro. And I respect Clark. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Clark. I respect him, real talk. I like how he interviewed most of the time, but he did take a L. He did have failures as a professional, because he is a professional. He's a professional. This has affected him. So he did take a failure. You know, you want to know how he took a failure, Ryan? The inactivity. That's how he took a failure. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened. His inactivity as a fighter. Just imagine after Sean Porter fight, that whole accident never would have happened. The accident never would have happened. Would we still be talking about July 29th? Or possibly this fight would have happened earlier? Who knows? Who knows, man?
Who have just experienced success and being the best.
Olympics.
I was that was going to be my question. I said professionally.
Okay.
Right? Professionally. Because in 2012, you get outpointed, right? You guys appeal, and they say, okay, the guy held you 9 times in the third, and he spit out his mouthpiece on purpose in the second. And then you get that another opportunity against the Russians, and you get outpointed, or you lose 16-11. And you had to face that disappointment in moving into the pro ranks. How did that affect you, and what did you learn from that experience?
That experience there, I feel like it really made me a monster, because even when I lost the first time, I had to get reinstated back in. Like, man, I never broke down. I broke down on national TV. Like, it wasn't a national TV. That's the world. Like, the way I broke down, cried, and I was hurt because I trained so hard. My goal was, to win a gold medal. And for me, and then especially when I lost to the Russian, I feel like I should have beat him. I beat him I beat him 3 months prior to the Olympics. So that would really gave me edge. I'm like, man, I know I could have beat him. I should have beat him. So once I turned pros, my whole thing was, I'm not going to lose. I'm going to try not to let it go to the scorecards unless I'm just beating him so decisively that, the judge can't. There's nothing they can do. They're going to give me the decision. So for me, I just got to keep training hard and just stay focused.
Is that during, like, when you out there and you throw so many damn punches? You just slang.
And he stayed in the pocket, too.
Yeah. I be feeling sorry.
Now, It's the spruce him up time. He throws so many punches and everything. And I provided my analytics on this before. Styles make fights. And when you have a fighter like Errol Spence that loves being accommodated and appeased with an opponent that's going to stand right there in front of you, just like that heavy bag, and you're able to work the same combinations that you feel that your strengths are. Hooks to the body, uppercuts, work behind that jab, stay active behind the stick, and then, stab them to the body, just work the same punishing combinations and being able to sit down on your punches because that opponent is providing you that range that you can be effective with. But using the B word, but Bud is not going to provide you that target. He's not going to be there right in front of you trying to prove to Spence, I'm going to fight your fight to prove that I can beat you at your own game. You and him don't think the same. You know what I'm saying? When people say he has a better ring IQ, they're factoring in everything that's been said and put out there to the public already, just based off his fights. So people complain about, they can complain about his resume, but peep this out. Those fights wasn't the same. Those fighters wasn't the same fighters. Like when you look at who Spence has been matched up with, their matchmaker over there has done a hell of a job. Because this is the way I felt for a while, but I just didn't want to go behind the whole scenario about when they saying that Top Rank did a hell of a job matchmaking. No, PBC has did a hell of a job matchmaking. Because how can you be a southpaw and you only fought a couple of southpaws? And how does all your opponents pretty much emulate the same right in front of you, stand still, flat-footed, stealing blocks on my ankles type fighting style? They're not moving too much. They have did the incredible matchmaking. Those who understand the business, PBC is the one that has did outstanding with this matchmaking for Errol Spence. And you can just take a look at the evidence itself. You can look at all the evidence from Danny Garcia to Sean Porter right there in front of him, Lamont Peterson right there in front of him, Mikey Garcia right there in front of him, Adenis Ugas right there in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook right there in front of him. We'll leave Kell Brook out, though. We'll leave Carlos Ocampo out. But kudos to the matchmaking because all those opponents was right there for him to reach out and access with ease. But what happens if you have to move it just a little bit more? And while you're moving, you run into those speed bumps. You run into those punches you didn't see. I mean, they did a hell of a job matchmaking.
God, what you gonna do? But is that like when you think about that, like, okay, I can win this with points, or I gotta knock him out, and that thought process that you have during the fight, is that when you sitting down? Is that in the middle of the fight? Is that when you talking to your trainer? Like to be able to rationalize that, knowing that this dude that's staring at me is trying to knock you out. When is that thought process happening where you can really decide I have to do this or have to do that?
Well, my thought process once I get in the ring is basically to break them down. I feel like a lot of these boxers don't train like me, and they're not willing to give it their all. So I know the body can only take so much before it break down.
I like that Spence said that the body can only take so much before it breaks down. And really, I'm not being petty about this, but that's my whole point, my whole correlation in how you take care of yourself outside of the ring. Your body can only take so much before it starts to break down. You said it yourself. Even though I'm correlating this outside to inside, your body only performs as best as what you put in it and what you get out of it. Absolutely, I agree with what you said. Even though you're placing it in a perspective inside the ropes. So you're saying you don't know these fighters train the way you do. I mean, you know these fighters don't train the way you do, and you're gonna go in there and break them. Your whole mentality is to go full steam ahead and break. But what you don't understand is I haven't seen anybody come up with a chin plan, a beard plan, a jawline plan when it comes to strength and conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people are blessed to a certain point to be able to take a good punch? Yes. But if you combine how they treat their body outside the ring, how much how deep was the rigors that you had to go through to cut weight? Like I'm saying, boxing, the dynamics of boxing is just incredible because there's just so many stages you have to go to in a sport where you got to take punishment to the head to train for the fight. Then you have to cut weight and you have to go in there fight night and without the headgear, take more punishment. But there's never been an exercise to train the jawline and to train the chin. You know what I'm saying? Only way that you can take less punishment is to avoid the punishment, to avoid it. And what is that called? Defense.
So I feel like if I keep chopping, it's like a drip of water hitting a brick. After a while, that water gonna start chipping at that brick and get through. So I just keep coming at them, keep coming on, keep touching them. And I don't think I throw a lot of punch. I just keep touching. I just keep touching. That's the thing. I just keep touching. I keep putting my hands on, keep touching, and they don't even be like a lot of times. It don't be hard loading those shots. It just be I'm touching. I'm just hitting you, and it basically make your mind overthink because your mind working too. Not only is your reaction time, everything working, but your mind is going to overload. Everything going to overload. And I just keep coming. They see me the 8th, 9th round, and I stand up like it's nothing. I'm so nonchalant. I should be like, I'm gonna keep coming. So, you know what I'm saying? You in trouble. So, I just keep coming to their will. I just feel like the body and the mind can only take so much punishment.
You know how when you was young, you said, I want this for Christmas, and you get excited? It seems just following you on social media, like your confidence is different than before your last fight.
Did he just skip over a person's birthday and say, you know how you get excited for Christmas? I think more people get excited for their birthday than Christmas, nigga. For real. Like this dude, where you coming up with these questions, dog? We got the biggest fight of boxing. He say, when you get excited for Christmas and everything. No, nigga. When you get a certain age, Christmas don't matter no more. If you got to a point where you have been able to have kids, you know what I'm saying? You are in possession and ownership of children. It's all about the children. Okay? It's not about us. It's Christmas ain't the way it used to be when we was kids. So we ain't jumping up here running through. Oh man, that Christmas tree looks so beautiful. Oh man, let's go here and drink some eggnog. No, we're not doing that shit. The older you get, the less that shit, the more that shit fade away, and it's strictly for the kids. This nigga's talking about Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Not even a birthday. We feel closer to a birthday because that's our born date. This dude's talking about Christmas.
Like, I want to show the world like it's the big one. I'm ready for this. You're talking about training and being ready, doing things differently, which brings me to this point. We've had some fighters on the show, right? A lot of UFC fighters that we've had on the show, they've done the show, then they went out and lost. And people say, hey, y'all got a pivot curse on
I don't really know if it's a lot of UFC fighters.
Well, we've had UFC. And then people say you got a pivot curse. But we did you didn't lose boxing. We did. He didn't lose. Deontay, he didn't lose.
You talking about my man Usman? I know you talking about.
I mean, it was some other stuff, not just Usman. It was somebody else on the show too.
Okay, Fred, Israel Adesanya too. Okay.
Yeah, and I love those guys, good dudes. But this is more so for the fans, right? One thing is this: hard work. Like there's no substitute for that. You get out what you put in. The daily deposits, and are you superstitious?
I like what he said. You get out what you put in, right? Listen to that. And be careful about letting strays take the topic of discussion when we 10 days out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all grown. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is for the strays to come over here and be a distraction. That's why they call strays. Remember what I told you. But this dude said you get out what you put in, right? Isn't that the truth when people compliment Crawford for staying disciplined in between fights? Isn't it true? That's what we're supposed to celebrate, right? But it's not celebrated so much. You have people that's up here that want to frown upon somebody that's doing everything right. They will call that man's boring because that man is out here understanding who depends on him to go out here and continue to win, continue to get paid, and he himself continue to submit his legacy. That get frowns upon. That get frowned upon. I don't know why good bows before evil in life. That's just the way we've been conditioned on what we see in the media, because the media is one of the most ginormous mass communication platforms that influence people that tune in all the time. Social media influences. That word right there is very, very potent. The media influences people, and you have someone like Bud Crawford doing things the right way. I'm not saying he's perfect. I don't know him like that, but he hasn't been on the big screen enough to say he has an issue. He hasn't been inebriated in public. He hasn't been caught in a predicament where he is just making his brand look bad. He's totally out of character, and people around him is just looking at him like, dude, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? Who's around him? Who's his support system? Why is he out here in public making y'all look a certain way? You know what I'm saying? But nobody want to talk about that. All they want to do is talk about, oh man, so-and-so matched him up with this fighter. He got the win. So-and-so matched him with that fighter. He got the win. But what about all the other times? Where you have a fighter like Crawford doing everything right, and Spence was out here just squandering what God blessed him with.
Like, do you believe in that shit?
I was superstitious, but I'm not, because for a long time, like, I didn't want to talk about death or none of that. And after my crash, I didn't have any wheels set up. I didn't have my wheels set up, nothing set up, my truss, nothing. So for like months, we talking about death, who I'm gonna get this to, that to, and my kids get this and that and this percent. We talking about school funds and all that, and for me, like, it made me uneasy talking about it at first. I'm like in the black community, it's taboo, like, just to be talking about death and talking about.
In the black community where you might be, it might be taboo, but according to what black community you're talking about, because due to blacks in the community, for some of us and the way we acted, nobody was thinking about how they was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Some of the dudes was thinking about when they was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And so much to the point where if you're calling in the black community, it's probably not that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Gentrification, we already know that word. I mean, we've had our opportunity to go in here and be a part of something and grow in a community, but a lot of times it don't work out because of the support. I know down here in the A, there was communities where all these rich black entertainers and artists and all that could have put money back in the neighborhood and built it up if they wanted black people to be a part of that. They wanted black people to reside there, right? But some of these black neighborhoods that was down here, most of the blacks moved out, and the white residents and Hispanic have definitely moved in. And I don't even know where the blacks went. Like the older blacks passed away and all that. But anyway, that's beside the question. It's not really taboo in the black community. He's not talking for the whole black community, because we don't wake up every day and don't want to talk about death. If we in a community of middle class, you know what I'm saying, to affluency, and we're not talking about death. If you're in an environment where you have to be on your six, keep your head on a swivel, vigilant, and people getting taken out every day, and you know that, and you have to walk around with protection, then I can see that. But I don't think Spence has been in that situation in a long time.
Stuff you don't want to happen because we think it's gonna happen. So I was like, man, I told Al, I was like, man, this kind of bugging me out a little bit. Keep talking about my death. So I know it needs to happen. So we gonna keep talking about it, and we talking about it for like 8 months, and nothing happened. So
it's funny how a cat like Spence can, feel a certain way talking about his death, but he places himself in situations that can result in death. I don't get it. Like that's very eccentric, idiosyncratic for you to think the way you think. Or maybe just because you're in front of the cameras and you're just talking. But you can't feel a certain way about speaking, and putting those administrative logistics together, the wheels of trust and everything of people who be able to live off what you was able to your success, the amount of success you was able to have while you was living, right? But also in that success, the reason why you are preparing these documents, because people have concern that you may pass a little bit earlier than you're supposed to. Why? Because you told us that you love living out of pocket. You bragged about it. So if you like living out of pocket and doing reckless and reckless type, dangerous, what I'm saying, abandonment and putting yourself in harm's way, then you need for your people to set you up so your family can be okay. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense for you to feel some type of way about the actions that you're doing as if that's going to matter. No, they're concerned about your own actions, not something that's going to happen taboo. Oh, out of the blue, coincidental, this happened. That's not it. You keep on giving them a reason to do it. I mean, to get that paperwork completed.
I don't too much believe, and I believe, stuff just happened to us, and I just believe cause and effect too. Mm-hmm. So, I believe in hard work, smart work, and just doing it the right way, and just keeping up with technology. Because a lot of times, even with me, like I was so hard headed, stuck in the old school boxing way, and wearing sauna suits and sweating crazy, not drinking water like that. And it took my nutritionist Elliot basically just to tell me, like, he had to retrain my whole brain to drink water, because I was like, man, you sure? He was like, yeah, man, you just drink water, like drinking 1.5 gallons a day. Like now I drink 1.5 gallons a day. I wasn't doing that back then. Like I was barely drinking 2 liters. I'm in 100 something degrees, 5-6 miles a day. Like I'm dehydrated.
But you was drinking though.
Hydrated, but I had to dehydrate myself. Well, I felt like I need to dehydrate myself to lose weight. Yeah. That's not how you go about it, by calories. But I didn't understand I guess it's an older person game, it's a slow process. It's more of a slow process, losing calories and still drinking water, because your body like 90-80% water, so you need that to function. And I didn't really understand that, so it's about hard work, but it's about being smart about it, keeping up with technology, and getting the right people with you. Like I feel like boxing is kind of a team sport, especially now, because I got a nutritionist, I got a coach. My friend Jordan helped me out with different things. My dad helped me out with different things. So I got a lot of people in place where they help me out, especially and Showtime. Everybody helps me out with different things and make sure what I do is easier, and I just focus on boxing.
Man, did you say before you came in though? You said you wanted him to help you out with your gear, huh? Because you
no.
You remember you said you was gonna ask him.
I said he changed.
How he changed?
He changed because I saw him in that first press conference, and now little Black Panther fro. And the first time we met you was tight.
You can obviously tell when it comes to these interviewers who they want to make laugh, because it's almost like they're coloring Errol. They know what he's been through. It's like they want to make him smile. They want him to be more, jovial, so to speak. Because he's always he can put you to sleep. Period. He can put you to sleep. So I think they're keeping the topics more so engaging, the things to make him react, to get him to ignite a smile, keep him smiling, keep him active. Because if you asking him questions that he really not into, the interview is just going to be trash. It's going to be land of the nod. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why they are keeping it, so chippy. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep it all exciting and laughable and do a little comedy and shit. There's nothing wrong with that, but he was speaking about Errol Spence and the way he dressed out there in Beverly Hills, where he came in there with you know, he was dressed up. He had some freaking. He said that was holster straps, but Crowder said it was suspenders or whatever. Then they asked about his glasses, and when I went on live, I mentioned somebody's glasses, and I said, "Man, it looked like when you look at them directly, because there was certain times that Spence was looking directly at me. Like it was certain times he was looking directly at me. I had the camera on, and he was looking directly at me. You know what I'm saying? And I knew those glasses was prescription because it just looked like, you know, his eye was kind of cross-eyed. I don't know. It looked a little weird, but that's where Crowder was getting at. Somebody are those prescriptions? And then Spence comes out and he makes a point to say, "Yeah, I can't see that far away." And now I'm thinking, do you have your glasses on while you're driving? But anyway, he said all he needs to do is see who's in front of him. All I need to do is see who's in front of him. And that's the same little thing they said about Sebastian Fundora. You know, Sebastian Fundora eyesight isn't that well. And we all know you can't wear glasses inside that ring. So I'm not going to come up with any scenarios on when his distance actually beginning to be blurry. But, you know, that's probably, once again, the scenario that they're using with these fighters that always want to fight close. You know what I'm saying? They have clear vision with the fighter being close to them. And that fighter moves away, they know, oh man, that's outside my visual zone, my clarity zone. So I gotta get back, you know what I'm saying, to where it's lucid. I gotta get back in frame. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back and clear that lens up a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how far. He's a nearsighted individual. Okay, he's nearsighted.
Looking at the press conference, that first one, you had on the white shirt open, you had on the black suspenders,
Yeah.
you had on the Malcolm X glasses. And I'm like,
Man, it was like a holster. It was like a holster.
if you went to Muslim, I didn't know what. Was that strategic or something? Because I ain't seen that.
He dressed like the A side.
Nah, yeah, I'm just fly. Like
that's what I was fly.
like I switched it up. Like in California, you know, Alexander McQueen had some fresh stuff on, and then in New York, you know, I had more of a chill, you know, style, but I still had some fresh stuff on. So I put that stuff on.
But I got this. The glasses prescription was.
Oh yeah, nah, they prescribe.
They prescribe because they stack, but you don't wear them during the fight.
Nah.
Can you see that?
I don't know if he was asking. You know, I'm trying not to be totally in my moment of ad-libbing and shit, but I'm gonna take it as if he was just being funny, saying you don't wear him in the fight, nigga. Come on now. He ain't in there with a helmet. The fuck kind of question is that? You don't wear it in the fight. Come on, man. I just had to look at his eyes. I hit that replay several times. So, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? 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 Why you ask that dumbass question? Are you serious? You wearing glasses in a fight? Come on, bro.
Fucking brother.
Yeah, nah, I can't see far, but I can see up close. That's why I be like, why y'all always like talk about my eyesight? I don't need to see far away. Like we in a ring. Yeah. Like I can see him.
He ain't doing nothing you can't see.
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing I can see. Like I can see him.
In your last fight against your Dennis Ugas, your mouthpiece fell and he kind of rocked you, right? And boxing doesn't seem fun to me or like something you should laugh and enjoy. So,
talk to him, Ryan. It's the same thing we said, right, y'all? Talk to him, Ryan. He said he kind of rocked you. ROCK space YOU. He kind of rocked you. I didn't see all the agitation when Ryan did it. Did y'all leave dirty comments in the chat? Did you check Ryan on that? Huh? Did y'all check Ryan when he say he kind of rocked you? Because y'all running with the narrative. Hey, man, when it comes down today, man, you know, the Bud supporters just running with these narratives. He didn't rock him. Even Errol said himself that he was looking for his mouthpiece. So that's a lie right there. Y'all need to learn how to tell the truth. Are we going to hear the reaction from Spence with the same energy of these aerosexual and how they try to run to his aid over everything? Let's listen. Listen up.
your mouthpiece falls out. He hits you. You hit the ropes. You started laughing. What the hell was funny?
Nah, well, I started laughing because Ain't Rock me really surprised me because like I had a partial in my mouth, basically.
Partial
from a car crash.
Okay.
Isn't that what a punch you didn't see? You know, that knocks guys out or hurt them. Isn't it a surprise? You know what I'm saying? Isn't it a surprise? So either way, you're admitting that it surprised you. So you were rocked. You were rocked. A surprise will also put a fighter in a state of, man, that was unexpected. So it might pretty much deplete your consciousness at that point in time. It may extract some of those conscious, and you may become semi-conscious. Come on, just tell the truth, Spence. You was hurt. Tell the truth.
So I had a partial in my mouth, like my three front teeth. So I put glue in it every day and put it in my mouth and put it extra tight. But usually, like Danny Garcia fight, I took my partial out and I put my mouthpiece in. But this fight with Who Guys, I put my partial in. So when it's basically a bridge. It's called a bridge. So I put a bridge in, and when we fighting, he knocked my mouthpiece out. The first thing come to my mind is my teeth on the ground. Like the first thing come to my mouth is, damn, he did knock my teeth out. Like, so I'm not worried. It's the period. Like I don't see him anymore. Like he's
you were looking down.
Yeah, as soon as my mouthpiece came out, I said, you see my mouth like that, like because I was trying to feel for my teeth to see if it's in my mouth, but I'm looking at the ground to see if my teeth on the ground, because that shit would have been embarrassing as hell. So he knocked my teeth out, like that would have been the first ever. So as soon as he knocked me out, I'm like, oh crap. And then he just, dude, hit me, dude. And then when he hit me, I fell into the ropes, but I did like that. And then it's in, so I just smiled. I'm like, okay, it's in now. Like, now I gotta go. Yeah, I was like, I got my seat.
I got you across the front.
Yeah.
And my kids will jump sometimes and hit my face, and I'll be the same way. I'll be like, because you don't want to be the dude with that big ass jack-o'-lantern ass face. Yeah, man.
You thought about that in the middle of that?
Yeah, because I've been so embarrassed, man, my teeth on the ground. Like that. And Instagram, Twitter is ruthless. So that destroyed me.
It would have made you look tough as hell, though. You know what I mean? Like, for a guy that's won as much as you have, that would have been the first time you actually looked like what you had been through. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. You know, won as much as he has. Like, I don't know. That's something you can use with Terrence. You know, like he's the one in his third division. I mean, you know, we're talking about 3 world championships. You know, and then having 3 fights in the last 60 years. You know what I'm saying? What the inactivity is like, the last 50 years and shit. You know, what is the inactivity like? You know what I'm saying? Why were you out of the ring? Why haven't you did more prior to Terrence Crawford coming up being your dance partner? You have to question that. You aerosexuals have to really do your homework. You know what I'm saying? You have to break this down. You know what I'm saying? You have to come up with more evidence for a conclusive argument when you out here debating. You know, how long was this man out the Olympics into the professions? What took him so long? You know, and he should forever be grateful, especially to the strays in the chat. He should be forever grateful that Terrence was down there winning championships at 135 and 40 and came up to the welterweight division and had the desire and the drive to continue to build his legacy by becoming a welterweight and fighting Jeff Horn immediately. He should be very thankful. He should compensate him residually the rest of his life. Why? Because now you are stepping in the ring with the guy who made you. He made him. Bud Crawford made Spence, bro. Without Bud Crawford, Spence would be nothing. You want to know how I'm gonna prove this shit to you? Because wasn't nobody really giving traction to the damn Keith Thurman when every time he saw Keith Thurman, I really want to fight Keith Thurman for the belts. I really want to see Keith Thurman. I really want to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman wasn't paying you no mind. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't paying you no mind. That never developed into anything. But when Crawford came up there, that's when you became to be That's when people start to try to, acknowledge like, okay, this could be something. Okay. Bud ain't losing. Spence ain't losing. Bud ain't losing because he's the only one fight. Bud continue to fight. You was trying to get yourself together to come back and win that WBA title. We ain't talking about the WBC. That's when you was before the accident. You was able to get the IBF and WBC before. But everything after that, kudos to you for being able to return finally and pick up the WBA title. But you should pay a residual goddamn stipend to Bud Crawford for being in place and being your rival, so to speak, right now. So we can have these conversations that we having with 10 days out, shouty. 10 days out for two-time undisputed. Say it with us there, Strays. Two-time undisputed, Strays. Come on, Strays. Come on, be team player, Strays. If you're gonna be over there eating be over here eating those breadcrumbs and kibbles and bits, goddamn, at least do some teamwork, man.
Man, boy, screenshot of that'd been everywhere.
Bro, I haven't really heard you the way we've heard you these press conferences. Yeah. Right? It's different. And Channing, before we really got started, mentioned respect. A lot of times when you don't have a necessary level of respect for your opponent, it really ain't nothing to say. Right? Because I'm supposed to go out here and win this fight. And if I win it, they're going to be like, oh, that's what Errol was supposed to do. I remember y'all two met up one time and somebody was videoing it and they said, he was like, nah, if I beat him, they're going to say he too small. Right? Then he shoots back at you. And then we get into the press conference and he talk about the big fish. And you like, hey, man, you can't get Moby Dick or fishing pole when you think about Bud and some of the confidence that's coming across in the sense that he said you're going to be the 11th in a row if you get out of line. And you said, I live my life out of line. But when you think,
see how he was not trying to go there. Okay, if you're going to highlight what he said and make it seem like that's one of the areas that is tough to him, and come on, go all the way, Ryan. Come on, man. He said you're not gonna catch me with a hook. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be number 11. Yeah, Bud Crawford said that. You're gonna be number 11 if you get out of line. You're gonna be number 11. Everybody know what that is. The straight knockouts that he currently have. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the welterweight, but combined 147-pound junior welterweight division. But then he turned around and say, what you said, I'm giving my life out of pocket. Go ahead, let the people know. Y'all really tiptoeing on eggshells around this nigga. Y'all really act like somebody must have talked to y'all. Hey, we don't want no stress. He's heading to the fight. We don't want to really go in detail about his drinking and what he said about living out of pocket, which really trying to put it in the past. Look, that's a part of his present. Seriously. His past is a part of his presence always. Because everybody knows he's not the same person he was prior to. He doesn't even talk the same. He doesn't even move the same. He's been getting hit with shots in the ring that that he's off balance and everything. And you're talking about mid-tier fighters, or some people call them C-level fighters, that's able to connect on Spence. And he's supposed to be this top level, top notch unified champion, but yet he's getting caught with simple shit. Simple. And I just think what's the worst part of it is that people know he's not the same, but they continue to speak on him like he's this Terminator, like they rebuilt him in the lab. The dude checked himself out the hospital before he was supposed to.
About the confidence he's displayed and the way that you've gone back at him, do you feel like as much as you think you can go into this fight and win, he feels the exact same way?
Oh, for sure. I feel like the press conference, everything leading up and everything, we bring out of each other. It's period. That's just what it is. We bring that greatness out of us. So, and like you said, if I truly feel like somebody not on my level or they just pure garbage, like I'm super dismissive of that person. Like I'd be like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's gonna be one side that has a little bit like.
So he said, if he don't feel too You know, he don't feel like a person that's on his level and everything. That's his words, you know? Pay attention. That's his words. If he don't feel like a person on his level and all the other little small micro insults that he was saying, it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. Isn't that what he said at the Frank Martin, fight? Right? Didn't he say that to Jim Gray? He said that about Crawford. See, I pay attention to shit like that. He said it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. He just said on here, if he feels some type of way, they ain't on his level, they don't supposed to be in the ring with him and all that shit. He comes down and says it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. He said that to Jim Gray about Crawford. He says it's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. So do you respect him? You know what I'm saying? As being a quality opponent, one of your toughest challenges, or you consider him to be somebody who ain't fought nobody, undeveloped. You know what I'm saying? Lower tier, D-level fighter. Which one is it? I don't think you be remembering exactly what you said. You just mentioned that he's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping, but you just said on this pre-recorded freaking pivot podcast that if you don't respect the fight and you feel they're nothing, they're not even on your level, you say the same shit. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. Make up your mind. Who are you talking about?
Say whatever I say and just leave it alone at that. Like, but with him, is definitely more excitement. I feel like, I've been off for a year and a half, so I just feel like Powers, he bringing excitement to my life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a fight. Like for the past, Florida Pacquiao, like box office, I don't think nobody gonna beat that. But I feel like we talk about two fighters, and
Did you just hear him say how Bud brings excitement to his life? Did you not hear me say that he should be thankful Bud came to the welterweight division and was able to sustain his winning streak the way he's been? Because that even builds up this fight even more. It makes all the sense in the world. I'm not just talking. That's just my evaluation. He just said it himself. Bud brought excitement to his life. Yeah, he's going to bring excitement to your life because that's who you're going to make your money with. That's who you're going to make your money with. You know what I'm saying? If everybody could be Bud Crawford, then you would have already had your dance partner in the ring with you. But everybody couldn't beat him because he never came off the WBC title. Jeff Horn couldn't do it. Benavidez couldn't do it. Velasquez couldn't do it. Kell Brooks, Sean Porter couldn't do it. Horn couldn't do it. Avanesian couldn't do it. If it was so easy, everybody could do it.
Their mentalities and how they are, and his mentality is a kill. My mentality is a kill. We might retreat, but our mentality again is a kill again as soon as we good. So I just feel like we just meant to come together. It just meant to happen. So I wasn't gonna let this fight go past because of egos or pride or somebody want this and we could make it happen. So I feel like we just had to make it happen.
I can't remember.
What I want to know is, you say Errol Spence said he wasn't gonna let this fight pass because of ego, and I don't think his ego when it comes to negotiations. Maybe sort of, kind of, depending on who's in the negotiations, it could be about ego, right? But in this particular case, I don't identify that ego was involved. It was a fighter pretty much explained to you that they believed in every portion, every appraisal of what they've been able to achieve in their career. When I hear him speak of Bud Crawford saying he's won this and that, his titles, he can get this, that, and the other. When they talk about the A-side shit, this is what I've been saying for the longest time. Because certain people pick and choose on who they want to provide that transferable value to. You know what I'm saying? The transferable value to your career to get you into the Hall of Fame is what? What you've done to division. Okay. If you are a single division, champion, it's what you've accomplished while you've been campaigning at the division, right? It's still transferable accolades. If you win a title, lose a title, and so forth. you win another title. They combine those together. And then they start to put it all, and when they announce your name, they tell people about your accolades. They tell them. Why do they explain about a division that you are no longer in? Because you earned it. That's how boxing works. Your title that you won at the lower division or previously doesn't absolve just because you lost it and now you're on to something else. No, if you're stepping in the ring and you continue to compete, it's fair to say that that's part of your achievement. That's part of your medals.
Who you were talking about, Chan, and we were saying a guy had an opportunity to pick his fight. It might have been Devin Haney and Lomachenko, and you ask him why. I want to ask you that. You mentioned earlier Leonard Hagler. There was Leonard Duran. We saw Hagler Hearns, and a lot of the negativity that surrounded Floyd was that he didn't fight people when they wanted them to fight. You mentioned Floyd and Pacquiao, but Pacquiao wasn't what he was at his height when it happened. Just in this year, we've seen Ryan Garcia and Tank. We saw Devin Haney.
This where Ryan, if you're listening, this where I definitely have to refresh on that, right? Why do you all continue to say what Manny Pacquiao wasn't? Why do you continue to say what Manny Pacquiao wasn't when he fought Floyd? We're talking about an 8 division world champion. Why do you all continue to reiterate and vomit the same thing? Because all you have to do is see who was the older fighter when Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. See who was the older fighter. If Manny Pacquiao wasn't the older fighter, how can you compare that to Floyd's performances to say, you know what, I'm going to reduce the glory that Floyd should get and say that Manny Pacquiao wasn't where he's supposed to be? But what about Floyd? If Floyd was much older, shouldn't he have went in there and faced more adversity? Or y'all just giving Floyd the credit because he was out there doing what he's supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? He was living a fighter's lifestyle and he was being disciplined. Not to say Manny Pacquiao wasn't, but all I'm saying is, how can you say Manny Pacquiao wasn't at his best, or wasn't in his prime, but Floyd won? Wasn't Floyd past his prime too? So how did Floyd win? How did that all work out? You got 2 fighters that's not in their prime, but yet you're giving one sequence of a check mark to Manny Pacquiao, who's younger than Floyd. How does that even work? I mean, come on, you have to do the troubleshooting and put your deductive reasoning to work and try to figure this shit out instead of just going off old stale ass topics. I mean, not topics, old stale ass freaking narratives that's out here that people run in boxing. People just run with the narrative, bro.
Lomachenko. Now, from a boxing perspective, skill, talent level, killer instinct, this is the best fight that boxing can make. You could have gone up to junior middle. There's like Charlo and Zoo and Castano. There's those guys. But you stayed for this fight and didn't take other fights for this fight. And listening to you talking, you sound like a dude that, and pause, you sound like a dude that met his wife. That like, this is the one I have to have. Why do you feel so strongly about fighting Bud Crawford?
Like,
First of all, Ryan, I would have said met my equal or something close to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. If who I'm looking at looks like me, there's no way it can be my wife. I don't know what these dudes be thinking. I have no idea, man. It's something in the prenatal care. I'm not saying that about you, Ryan. I'm just saying it's better scenarios that can be presented to the general public, and you probably got millions just watching. You know, and you all are above the average public figure. You know what I'm saying? But if you have to make a statement and you think in your heart it has to be pause of all that shit, then question how you're delivering it. Like, why would you say that? That's just stupid, man.
this is a legacy fight. I don't know if you ever watched Legendary Nights. they used to come on HBO, it was on YouTube. Y'all can look it up. But it had legendary nights. They had like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. They had the whole through like training camp, the press conferences leading up to the fight, and everything. What happened after the fight. So, and I used to watch that as a kid all the time. And so I want that to be, part of my history. I want somebody 20 years, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, watching a documentary and saying, man, I want to have a fight like Errol Spence and Crawford, or, I want to have that fight, or I want to do this just like Errol Spence and Crawford did, just like how I'm talking about something that happened in the 80s, 70s. I want that to be my legacy, where kids talk about and watch it on YouTube, whatever they got, social media, they got it 30, 40 years from now. It's going to be something new. They watch it, they get excited about it, and they watch it before they amateur tournament, and they get super excited about it, and they want to have that same type of, legacy defining fight that, I'm willing to have.
I gotta ask you about this too, because it's funny talking about the underdog thing. So when I saw you as underdog, I started doing research and listening to people talk and listen to all that. And they say, you're bigger, you're stronger, you throw more, you punch harder. His IQ is higher. And I know you've heard that. Crawford's IQ is higher. What does that mean, and how does it make you feel when you see all these analysts? And I don't know if it tests your intelligence or what it is. What is boxing IQ? And how do you take it when there are people out there saying that your opponent's boxing IQ is higher than yours?
I feel like boxing IQ is higher because he's more talented. He does different things. I'm not saying he's more.
He said they say that because he's more talented. He does different things. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Spence smiles. He's more talented. He does different things. As a boxer, you know what he does different. If you and Derrick James was looking at film, you know what I'm saying? But I know you don't want to give that out on, his strengths. You know what I'm saying? On the eve of the fight, I get it.
But he's definitely talented. He uses talent. Like he moves around the ring, he uses angles. He switches left to right. He does different things.
But you're talking about he switches left to right. Your coach said that don't matter. Your coach don't matter. So does he switch left to right or not? Because your coach said that don't matter. He gets all grumpy. You know what I'm saying? He gets all grumpy when somebody say that Crawford's a switch hitter. He said it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that doesn't matter. He said it.
When you look at me, I can stand in the pocket. I showed I can box. I've been show I can rough it up. I show I can hit. I show I can use speed. I just show them a lot of things. So people just want to say stuff at the end of the day. They just, his boxing IQ. They say his boxing IQ is better just because he's a boxer. With me, I consider myself passive aggressive. And passive aggressive, and like me, I'm not getting hit with crazy shots or taking crazy amounts of punishment just to land shots. Like I've been in the pocket with people, touching people up, and I'm not even getting hit like that again. And after the fight, my face not all lumped up, swollen, and bruised up, and I'm right there in the pocket. So I tell them the same people, what type of IQ did that take to be right there in the pocket with somebody and not get battered and beat up like I'm?
Well, I know you was gonna get to that point to say not get battered or beat up. You are receiving incoming. You do. You receive incoming. Real talk. You are in the line of fire, and you have been known to receive incoming. Incoming is punches from your opponent. Okay, so yes, you're right. You're right, Spence. It does take IQ to be on the inside and fight on the inside. You are a fighter that's willing to fight dirty boxing on the inside. But all you're doing is just basically validating what a lot of people say, that Crawford has a higher IQ. Reason being is that he's just not going to tell you he can fight on the inside. He gonna rough it up. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much would give you the variety of how his mindset is. If he chooses to be boxing off the back foot, he has a reason to box off the back foot. If he chooses to stand there and be right outside your punching range, of course he's trying to get you to throw so he can come over the top or come underneath. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to always let you know that I'm collecting and I'm distributing. I'm collecting and I'm distributing. Period. You know, whatever angle he throws the shot from, when he does it, it's always something that's education is going to say, oh shit, damn, okay. Not only with the punch placement and how he's delivering the punch, it's the power that he has on the punch too. Not all his punches are power punches. You see him to sit down on a lot of punches. So I really didn't agree with Spence saying that he just be touching his opponent. You know, when he throws a lot of punch, he just be touching him. He really be trying to just put a lot of effort. And I do commend him on back in the day for the opponents that he had stylistically. Does keep a pretty good engine going. You know what I'm saying? Be able to keep that output going. But when you're trying to drive the same way and the road is different, you can't do that. You just can't go barreling down the same road and it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It is not the same route. It's not the same road. You know what I'm saying? So if you think you're gonna go in there and just say, okay, I'm used to getting in front of guys and they can't handle my pressure, he's telling you the game plan. He's just gonna go in there and try to break Crawford down and just push it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. He's gonna come forward and try to break him with the pressure. And I think it sets up a book, another boxing curriculum that we're gonna see a person that has been one-dimensional for a while. We're gonna see areas that he has success, and we're gonna see Terrence Crawford areas of success. And let's see who breaks down first.
Bad to beat somebody up or punishing somebody. Why I'm not getting punished the same way?
You talk about legacy. You ever heard the Jay-Z song, What More Can I Say?
Yeah.
When he's talking Spaniards, and then at the end he drops the mic. We mentioned legacy. What does this fight? Because it made me think of that song. Talking about Bud, you know, not heavyweight, big dogs.
Yeah.
What does it do for the sport of boxing?
I don't know what to do for sport boxing, really. Boxing is more business savvy now than it was, you know, a long time ago. Like, and I credit Floyd to that. You know, Floyd really just changed boxing and made it more business wise and made it more. I'm gonna get my bang for my buck, or you know, if I fight somebody, I should get paid, you know, the most, or to fight whoever I'm fighting. And he just, you know, so I don't think it'll change much, but it definitely open eyes, and I think it might light a fire under people's butts to make these big fights happen. And like I told people, I say, yeah, I got these pay-per-views. Like, yeah, I got to show a lot of these fighters that there is a reward in taking risks. So, and if you don't buy these pay-per-views, you don't come out and watch these fights, especially when they're super competitive fights, or there's a chance that either fighter could lose, and you're not coming out there, they'll be like, man, I'm going to get paid the same fighting Joe Blow than fighting him. So why would I fight, you know, somebody that's on my level when I can fight this guy and get paid the same? So it's really our fans, once they start really supporting and start, you know, buying these pay-per-views, especially when they're super competitive fights, then you're gonna get these big fights, because the guys in the suits are gonna be like, we gotta make these fights happen, because it's just gonna drive them out of how they numbers at the end of the day. That's all they care about. So if the numbers right, they gonna make a fight happen.
Do we expect them at the end?
Oh, I beat him?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what this dude is getting off a mic drop. What does a mic drop have to do with the rematch clause? And do you know it's a rematch clause? Do you know, I haven't heard anybody mention this at and I'm trying, you know, a long time early in this podcast, I'd already pivot and reset. I was doing other things. I pivot back in, put an ear, and then I pivot out again. I just kept on pivoting away from this shit. Like, What are you talking about? A mic drop? This not a concert. Jay-Z won't be in attendance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what does the mic drop have to do with a fight that has a rematch clause, bro? There's more ramifications to this. Like, there's more to it. I mean, the only fighter that seems to be having an issue and complaining about his natural walk around weight is Spence. So yes, it's good to say, okay, well, you're gonna do a mic drop, and Spence say, if I win, well, that's the big question right there. And one thing I haven't heard these interviewers ask or mention, not ask, the fact that Terrence Crawford had already been undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe that since Crawford has already been undisputed at 140, do you think that he's going in here with added motivation to become two-time undisputed? Do you think he's working off a different fuel system than you are, being that you approaching this situation for the first time because you haven't been able to complete or be at the top of the championship pinnacle as undisputed champion? What's your take on that? They haven't asked this man that. They haven't mentioned that Crawford's been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that.
Nah, I ain't dropping nobody. I'm all about what's next.
I got it. I need one follow-up, fellas. This is my first one. I need one follow-up. Because I've heard you say I'm gonna break this man mentally, physically, and spiritually. How do you do that to a person? Just hitting him like
Here it is.
I know you're
Listen.
punching a dude. Like if you come hit me 7 times, like I'm gonna be scared. But to break a motherfucker mentally, spiritually, physically, that's a lot. That's taking a person's soul.
Yeah.
And I saw you say that in front of this man, and he sat there and stared at you with that little ugly fro he got. And you know what I'm saying? Like I saw y'all sit down. I'm like, damn, like what? How do you do that to a person?
Man, it's just a certain look they give. Like after I don't like it might be in the middle of the rounds, it might be in the later rounds, but it's just a certain look that it's like a hopeless look on their face. And I feel like that's more gratifying just knocking somebody out. Like you punishing somebody, if you punish a knockout, okay, he got knocked out, his body good. But if you punish somebody, keep beating on them, keep beating on them, keep beating on them, it gets to a point where they might not come back the same, or the next fight might not be the same because they do body into so much punishment. So I feel like when you see that hopeless look on their face, or they don't look like how they look before the bell rung, the confidence, like he know that, man, like this is about over. I'm gonna just keep fighting my heart out, and he just fighting my heart now. He ain't even fighting with his brains, or he ain't even listen to his coach because he's so tired or fatigued or hurt. He's basically he fighting with his brain to go just not going to survival mode and going to flee mode. So he basically just fighting out for instinct.
Like I said,
Did y'all quite understand? Did y'all process what he said? Did y'all glitch a little bit? Did you glitch in him trying to find a proper definition or response to what was asked about him saying breaking a man mentally, physically, and spiritually? Did you glitch a little bit, or were you good? You know what I'm saying? Were you driving and all of a sudden you jumped the curve and now your car is damaged? You know what I'm saying? Your axle is broken in half. And please don't blame it on me, please. But did you get it? Did you understand clearly? I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when a person is fighting and they're not in survival mode, that means they're still using their brain, their ring IQ. You know what I'm saying? They still in their process. They still thinking. If they're not in survival mode no more. And look, even in survival mode, you're still using your brain because you understand the threat. You understand the level of the threat. So if you've been hurt and you're in survival mode, you're still using your brain enough to try to figure it out. What do I do? What do I do? How do I come back? If anybody tell me that Gotti, when he was in survival mode, when he was fighting Mickey Ward, and he wasn't using his brain, I say, man, you need to go get help. You know what I'm saying? You on some very, very good shit. Real talk. Like any fighter that I've seen is in survival mode, they're still conscious enough to say, okay, how do I get up out of this? And how can I, prepare for what's coming next? If it's punches or me creating space just to give myself a little bit more time to recover. How do I get up out of this? You're still you're still competently or comprehensively trying to process the danger and trying to find a way to get up out of it, unless you're going to quit. You know what I'm saying? If the person quit, then we ain't talking about this moment. If a person quit, we ain't talking about it. But if a fighter is in survival mode, all that is saying I'm looking for a way to come up out of survival mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a way. Like, am I surviving the fight, or I'm surviving just for somebody else to stop the fight, or I'm trying to figure out if I want to continue to go on or else I want to stop. But survival is survival. Most of the time when people mention survival, you're trying to fight on. That's most of the time when people mention survival, you're trying to fight on. You're trying to live. You're trying to carry forward. What are you surviving for if you ain't trying to fight on?
You got 2-3 months of mortgage on you. Well, if you get your ass knocked out now, I got 3 kids. But even saying that to you jokingly, but the pressure of it. I saw you with the Dallas Cowboys. I saw you hanging out with them, and I've heard that the Cowboys are flying to the fight. Like, you got all the people coming. Does that add any more pressure to you? Like, knowing the people, knowing that we gonna be there, knowing that everybody's watching, knowing that there's NFL teams watching, knowing that there's celebrities all day that love you and come to watch this fight. Did you even think about that before the fight? Like you saying, playing video games and playing dominoes. Do you think about the world is now here? They're professional teams. They're everybody here. Stress you out now, but does that do anything to you? And when does that turn off? That you know your homeboy, you know your friends, but when does that turn off? Where I'm going out here to do what I do.
It's not really a ritual I do, but it's like it's something I did early in my career. So basically, like I like watching, let's say, kids from like Haiti or kids from these third world countries, and even Haiti, like they was eating mud pies just to fill their stomach up. Like, it had no nutritional value at all. They just eating it just to get food. And you just seeing kids from other countries and watching on TV, it gives me more of a confidence boost for me. Because like, what am I worried about? Like, I'm about to make millions of dollars fighting somebody, and there's people out here that don't have food to eat, don't have water to drink. And
that you are the guy that has gone off the path.
I didn't want y'all to fall asleep.
A man that eats, sleeps, and breathes boxing. That's in plenty of articles that when this fight was made, that could be a determining factor.
Yes.
One of them said self-admit, which you have here, that you've done things that have taken you away from the path.
Ooh, they tiptoeing around that topic.
All those, how do you feel about hearing those things? And are all those things behind you enough? Or it's all about July 29th?
Oh, it's all about July 29th. Like, when people say different things, I get it. You know, like I'm rational, I get it. But it's all about July 29th, and I'm here for a reason, and we wouldn't be fighting for undisputed without me. I'm the guy that captured all 3 of those belts and basically made this fight happen. And we was trying to fight 4 or 5 years ago. That wouldn't have been a super fight. That would have been 2 good fighters fighting each other. Like, he wouldn't have fought Sean Porter. He wouldn't have.
Did you hear what he just said? He said that would have been 2 good fighters fighting each other. 2 good fighters fighting each other. So So he's saying Bud Crawford was qualified for him to step in the ring with him 5 years ago as a good fighter. There would have been two good fighters. So Bud was qualified back then to be a dance partner back then. You know what I'm saying? Back then. He was qualified, even though you hear the naysayers say that he ain't fought nobody his entire career. But Spence said he would have been qualified.
Kilbrook, he would have fought basically anybody. He got Victor Postal and Yorkers Gamboa. So, that would just been two good fighters fighting each other. Now it finally
Just to note that Gamboa and Victor Postal was in two different divisions. Just to note, just a fun fact.
makes sense because we get the lion's share of the money. We getting the most money that we would have got prior to that. 5 years ago, we definitely wouldn't have got.
I like the language. Errol Spence is saying we. He's not talking about we as in the PBC. He's talking about we as in the fighters. The same individuals who people will sit up here and attempt to pretend like they're part of a big team and know the business of boxing, and they hate that Errol said we getting the lion's share, because a lot of these dudes straight up, they are so much of a hater that they was up here acting like they have the formula to say how much Crawford should and shouldn't get, based off their biased ass ex parte opinion about his opponents. You know what I'm saying? Not his achievements, not factoring in that boxing puts fighters out that may go above the sea level, but most of the time they may sustain that position, that grade. Most of their careers being a C plus to B minus fighter. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that fact. We don't have that warehouse, that factory that's mass producing fighters that come into the ring. So since we got to go off natural productivity, we're talking about humanistically, natural production, growth. These guys have to choose boxing. Boxing don't choose them. Real talk. They have to choose boxing. Okay.
Near enough money we get now. So I feel like I'm the one that really led us to this point because I captured all the belts for what happened, and now we're here.
So I've heard it, as it's getting to the end of the podcast, and I've heard Spence talk about like, he's the reason. But understand this. Maybe you need to digress a little bit more from saying that you're the reason that the fight is happening, because you're making it seem like that just because you have the belts, Terrence Crawford is coming to you. You know what I'm saying? But you made the declaration a while ago that you want to become BECOME, become. That's why become has ME in it. Me. I'm just talking shit. Look, become has me in it. You, me, you wanted to become undisputed. So in order for you to fulfill the quota is requiring 4 belts. You have collected 3, 3/4 of the quota. So therefore, when you say you believe you made the fight, of course you have to make the fight, because you have put it out there that is your declaration, that Errol, to fight for undisputed. So since you chose to take the easy route, you was fully aware that you had to come and see the WBO champion. How difficult? Is not difficult at all. It's not difficult to understand. That was your declaration. You chose to take the easy route, knowing that the end of the route was the WBO championship. So when you tell people that you believe you made the fight and all that, you have to make the fight, because it's your declaration to become welterweight undisputed. It just so happened that it's also Terrence Crawford that wants to become 2-time undisputed, 2-time in 10 days with a fish fry on deck. So you still have to come see. Like, you can weigh it however you want. You can say 3, the value of 3 is higher than 1, cool. But the overall quota, the overall results to fulfill, to complete in the 4th era, 1, 2, 3, 4. In order for you all, any one of you, to become undisputed, the requirement is for a fighter to hold 4 of the sanctioning bodies from the WBC, the WBA, IBF, and the WBO. You have to hold 4 of the sanctioning bodies. In order for you to do that, you have to beat somebody. And the last somebody that you have to fight is Terrence Bud Crawford. So I wouldn't continue to, rake the leaves and say, hey, I just want to make sure that everything is clear out here. We have an understanding that it's me. I'm the one out here raking leaves. That's why the yard looked the way it do. No, you have to, man. If you want the leaves off the motherfucking yard, you got to rake them, right? In order for you to come to undisputed, dude, you have to beat the Omaha Monster. Period. Shout out to everyone that's been in the chat. I've been seeing the comments. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Toby Bartlett. I see you. We global, no doubt. I see Knockdown 305. I'm trying to catch up on some of these comments. This is Rob. I see you. Shout out to the strays on deck. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. That Spence didn't need, man. Hey, I know you've been holding strong over here. Your belly must be full. Shout out to ITC Boxing to you. Salute to your brother. I'm trying to get this stuff done. That's because he's always fighting that's been defeated. So of course they don't train as hard. Of course they can be easily broken. They already takes the defeat. You know what I'm saying? They already takes the defeat, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand how the whole layout is in boxing. If they allow fighters to get off the couch with no prerequisites, why is it difficult for human beings that's adult appropriate, right? They've went through life and they passed the critical period of learning to understand if you choose to support a sport such as boxing, at least know a little bit of the criteria that goes along with it. And that is, if you win a championship, somehow, some way, everybody has a different road to the championship. If you as a fighter win a championship, like I just said, you are considered a champion, especially if it's a super title or whatever. You are considered a champion. You are considered a champion. Like I just mentioned, per your accomplishments, they will be recognized as you continue to be active in the sport. If you stay at the same division or you progress to a higher division, just because you don't respect how a fighter's earned those accomplishments doesn't negate the fact that you won't see it on BoxRec. All you have to do is pull up BoxRec and you will see the resume right there. When I have adults that come in the chat and say what so-and-so ain't done and all that, listen, you can say what you want about who needs who, but we all know that Errol Spence needs Crawford. He's pretty much made it clear. Crawford woke him up and gave him excitement. That's what he said. So I'm guessing that you know how to read, Feliciano. You know how to read. He said Crawford gave him excitement. He gave him excitement. So being that you know how to count the 4, in order for him to be considered undisputed in the 4-belt era, that's 4 with the U, okay? That's 4 with the U. And you need to pay attention. 4 with the U. He needs Terrence Crawford. he needs. I know them E's. You know what I'm saying? They be pissing people off, but he needs with 3 E's. He needs that 147-pound WBO world title. Shout out to True Me Today, USA Boxing Coach Malachi in the building. What's good with it, Coach? When has Bud ever ran in a fight? Hey, man, people gonna say what they want to say. You know, distraction. You know, Coach said when Bud knocked the little mermaid out, the aerosexuals would disappear. I'm just wondering how many aerosexuals are willing to be to try to become a fish. Are y'all going out to the ocean now that you have seen and worn the t-shirts? Have y'all attempted to put that on and go out there and see can it keep you afloat? Come on, try it out. Try it out, aerosexuals. Just go, you know, to a local pond or lake with that shirt on and see if you jump in there. See can you swim like a mermaid or a shark? I'm just curious, and bring me back some nice videos. I'll post. Real talk. I'll post it. It's for real. I want to see if it does anything different than what you thought. Like, is it going to allow you to, you know, become a predator down there? Are you going to be able to swim through the water and breathe like that, wearing one of those shirts? I want to see how thorough the merch is really when you purchase it. If y'all can just bring me back some videos, I appreciate it. Real talk. I would definitely appreciate it. I want to see if it provides you the mermaid type underwater breathing and speed. You know what I'm saying? Can you sing underwater? You're going to lose. This shirt doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Does it do that to allow you to sing underwater? I heard mermaids, they be having these damn little messages that they be sending people to draw them to jump over the edge of the boat and then they drown. And that's all I'm saying is, hey, have you tried it out yet? You get credit, but Spence won't, because according to Spence, his team and his fans, Bud has never fought nobody. That's what they say, man. That's what they say. That's what they say. Real talk. That's what they say. So I know a lot of people tend to use this, but listen. Hold on. What am I doing? What am I doing? That ain't it. What? Hold on. So people saying that he came into the sport, you know, higher than 147. Okay. And you're right. I always talk about Alejandro Ibarra. So look, when Spence came into the sport in 2012, he fought at 149. Okay. That was a knucklehead that does content creation on here. A light-skinned nigga. You probably seen him. I remember when he said that he was up that line moving the goalpost just like Jimmy was holding him accountable for. He moves the goalposts all the time. He was saying that Spence had fought at 147. You know what I'm saying? His entire career. He's fought at 147. When clearly his weight on his first fight was 149, 148 and 3/4, 149 again, 146 and 1/4, 150, right? This is 150 on his fifth fight. His fifth fight, 149 and a half on his sixth fight. You know what I'm saying? 147 and a half, 148, 146 and 3/4, 147 and 1/4, 147. You know what I'm saying? 147 and a half, 146 and a half, 148. He went back up 140 against Bolanos, 149 3/4. Okay, that's not 147 against Francisco Javier Castro. Then 146 and a half, Samuel Vargas. And then 149, Phil Greco, right? 149. And then a whopping Chris Van Heerden, 156 and a half. I wonder what was going on there. The pizza must have been half off with a side of cheese sticks. You know what I'm saying? And some hot wings. I don't know what was going on. 156.5. And then it comes to what I mention all the time, 147 even, Alejandro Barrera. And from then on, he was at the 147-pound limit. From then on. So you look at 1, 2, 3, and I've made this argument before. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights. 10 fights. A fighter who is 28 and 0. 10 of his fights have been at the welterweight limit. 10. Seriously, 10. Within those 10, he has the Mikey Garcia and Carlos Ocampo. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about undefeated fighters. But 10, y'all. And they talk about resumes. 10. You got Barrera, Algieri, Bandu, Brook, Peterson, Ocampo, Garcia, Porter, Garcia, Ugas. You've been a welterweight that long, but only 10 of your fights is considered to be at the welterweight limit. 10. And you're 28. Where is all the rest? 28. What took you so long to settle into the welterweight division? It beats me. Both guys beat an already broken Brook. I think it's going to be hard to beat Errol, but it's possible. The long layoff, the car crash, he might be rusty, and you don't work out in a long time, you lose strength. Well, you say, I think it's going to be hard to beat Errol. I mean, a lot of people are going to go who they go for. You know what I'm saying? They're going to cheer for who they want. They're going to cheer for who they want. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be a good fight. The best man is Crawford. That's who the best man is. You know what I'm saying? The best one out of the two is Crawford. I don't care who that piss off. I'm not here to speak and please the people who say, "Oh man, I just want you to be this, that." I'm not being biased, man. That's what I feel. I just feel he's the overall more skillful fighter. I know they said in the video talented, but I feel he's the more skillful fighter overall. Overall, that's my thought process. Cam said, "How did Mikey make Errol a pay-per-view star when the Errol fight was Mikey's first time headlining the pay-per-view?" They use Mikey all the time because in reality, they're too stubborn to give him his credit as a 4-weight world champion, undefeated, and it was 39 and 0. So you pretty much knowing that the fan base over there in Texas is much bigger. The population over there is much bigger than Mexican residents than black. So who do you think that was at the fight for their fighter? Let's be real. Spence wasn't that big of a name like that all over Texas at that time. He stepped in there with Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of Mexican fighters that wanted to go see Mikey Garcia beat this dude, especially moving up two-weight divisions. Two-weight division. We're not talking about Carlos Ocampo, where Jerry Jones bought out the house. We're talking about AT&T Stadium. We're talking about Mikey Garcia. We're talking about the most decorated fighter on Errol Spence's resume. But yet, they don't want to mention Mikey Garcia. They want to go to Kell Brook and Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? That's called individuals that choose to be in a state of denial, selective amnesia. You say you're a student of the game, but you want to skip class. And then you want to go off the cliff notes when it's time to get a test. That's just not the way it works, man. Mikey Garcia had the resume. He had the resume, man. I know Errol is going to be ready. He's just going to get fried. It's going to be a fish fry, man. It's going to be a fish fry, man. It's going to be a fish fry. BIG on deck, man. Salute to you, brother. Who is they though? Who? Smoke session, sports and entertainment. Salute to you, brother. I see you in the building. Buckle up boxing. Salute. I see you in the building, man. Charlo move up and get praised, but Bud move up and get hated. Errol move down and get worship. You know what I'm saying, dog? Oh my God. They ain't the truest statement in the game, man. They praising the shit out of Charlo because Charlo done locked in with Juan Guzman and he ain't out here on social media, right? But yet, before that fight even was announced, before Mar Charlo dropped out, that list was already presented before, and people got a gaze. You know, they was able to gaze it and say, "Oh, okay, all right, cool. That's fucked up," because we thought they was all interested in Errol Spence and Crawford, but they was trying to make freaking Errol Spence and Canelo. That's what their focus was, to make that fight. So once again, it only proves that they really didn't want this fight. They was trying to get the bag and make the money with Canelo. But in that trio, people didn't think Mar Charlo was going to go in there and have a chance of beating Canelo, and they didn't think Errol Spence would have a chance of beating Canelo. They still don't feel that way. They just feel like it's a fight for them to cash out and go live on the ranch. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, Benavidez, that's more of a fight that's at the weight class. Benavidez doing policing. He's doing PR recovery. You know what I'm saying? He's doing cleanup, apologizing to Canelo and all that. They feel like they're being blacklisted a little bit and not being able to get that fight with Canelo. So they're running a PR recovery campaign with apologies. But anyway, back to the task. The way we look at this, I totally agree with what Booker just mentioned. It is absolutely important to note that it's well said, because it is indeed true. You know what I'm saying? Charlo actually didn't move up. Charlo was just providing an opportunity, a gateway. You know what I'm saying? He was given a gateway to the infirmary. That's what Charlo, he was provided a gateway to the infirmary, because he's definitely getting cooked. Now, I'm not saying Charlo won't look his best. I like his mentality right now. Charlo is not in that freaking world-class furniture store. He is training with Juan Guzman. He's locked in. I don't know if you've seen Charlo. He's in shape. God damn it, that Charlo locked into the motherfucking camp. I got to give him his props, man. He's locked the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? He's locked the fuck in. Kudos to him. But he was default. He was the rebound. He was the backup plan. But all along, when Crawford was calling him out, we had this thing with, man, you ain't did nothing. I'm busy. I'm this, I'm that. You ain't did nothing at 54. That's kind of, my mentality and thinking about him. I'm not wishing no ill will against him, against Canelo, but I still have to identify that he was bitching and complaining and whining and crying, dog. All because Crawford was calling them out. And that was saying, after I go ahead and step on Spence, I want to fight you. But now he's even in a position. He's gonna want his fans that like shit to come to his aid and say, "Oh, support this black man. He's going in there against Canelo. Support me." And with black people, that just don't happen like that. We don't do it. You treat, you talk to a peasant. Well, I'll take that back. What am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. We got some people that love to live that subordinate lifestyle. We love people that love to be betas. You know what I'm saying? Followers. So yeah, it is some people, they can be abusive and get treated and talked to like shit, and they're still support. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Bud moving up, get hated. Errol moving down, get worshiped. You know what I'm saying? Errol has basically been a true 10 fights at the welterweight limit. A true 10 fights. That's it. A true 10 fights, man. I don't even know that Spence has been weighing in under those kind of numbers at 147. He's gonna have to make weight next week. We got that next week. Hey, buckle up, boxing. We got that next week language. Hey, man, it's going down next. Next. We 10 days out, but now we can say next. We don't have to say the week after, the week after, the week after, the week after, the week after. Yeah, week after, week after. Yeah, that right there. It's gonna be the last week in July. Yeah. That's when you should make your reservations. No, we on next week. Don't worry, we're less than 2 weeks away now. All Spence supporters gonna learn a valuable lesson that will leave their jaws hanging. Bud gonna punish that boy until stoppage. Punish him. Punish him. Punish him. You know what I'm saying? Punish that man for fucking off out there. Let him know when you said it was gonna be a one-sided ass whooping, and then I heard you on the podcast talking about if I feel like they ain't nothing or whatever, they can't fuck with me. I'm saying it's gonna be a one-sided. Punish him there, Crawford. Make him understand that you just can't use these words for every fighter and think it's not gonna be taken into consideration. They're not gonna take it serious. He's gonna take it serious, man. The Nile is not a river in Egypt. Oh, that's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if according to how you said that, Toby, they might no. It does sound that way. The Nile. See how you said? See, it depends on where you're from now. All I get is you talking about them Nile Crocs. Hey, man, that's all I see when you say denial. I see the wildebeest doing their migration, getting eaten. You're talking about denial. You're talking about the whole denial. Shit. That's all I get. Escape route from Bud and expressway to the ICU. Man, that's up to the ambulatory mobile, you know what I'm saying, transport. We're gonna lead them up to do their duties. For real. We talking about net week, my boy. That's what I'm talking about. Net week. We talking about net week. That's when it's going down, man. They're gonna learn a good lesson in humility. And let's remind them, I haven't really put up the screenshot in a while, but put respect on his name, shawty. Put respect on that man's name, because heavy is the head who wears the crown. Net week is gonna be 2-time. And once again, we must make it clear that Errol Spence was on record as saying that it's all about the money. He's been on record as saying, when asked about the Crawford fight, he mentioned Canelo. So he's been trying to cash out for a while. He said after this fight, he'll be able to, just go back on the ranch. He'll make enough money for his kids to stay in private school and just have a good old time. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have in celebration of. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have in celebration of, man. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what he's gonna do if Crawford land this shot right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is it gonna be what you ever experienced before you stepped in there? Or the results might leave you in this position right here, where you have to activate the core muscles. You have to activate what your strength and conditioning coach was teaching you, and be able to rise. Say, once again, I have taught you the correct form. You're gonna have to rise off the canvas and activate those glutes and hamstrings and calf muscles to return to the upright position, people. The upright position. So the referee can count and make sure that you are performing the duties to make sure you are stable enough to continue. So once you're in an upright position, he will ask you a series of questions. If you are unable to answer those questions, Errol Spence Jr., then therefore you will be counted out of the fight. And just like we thought, Terrence Bud Crawford becomes 2-time undisputed, and all we do is commence to go into the fish fry. That's pretty much what our plan is right here. You know what I'm saying? We are ready for the 10 days to go down to 9 days, to the 8 days, to the 7, to the 6, to the 5, to the 4, to the 2. Put them on the scales and let's see what they weigh. God damn it, Spence, you better not come in overweight. You better not drop those belts on the scales, man. I know you talked about you just now learning that you can drink water and you was wearing sauna suits and all that. You had to train your mind. Look, listen, dude. I don't know when you was born, but people that's working out, that's been drinking gallons of water a day, that work out and sweat. They've been doing that for a long time. I just think you was getting hydrated off a different type of liquid. I want to call it fluid, but no, liquid. You better get it right. Hey, y'all better make sure Spence get this shit right, bro. Do not miss weight, Spence. Do not miss weight. 10 days and running. 10 days and running, man. Chant Raw Fantasy Boxing Predictions League. What's good with it, bro? Shaw News says, salute Toby UK Team Tucker. Official boxing business, no doubt. Shout out to Team Tucker. Travis on deck, I see you. Let the fish fry commence. And with that said, that is absolutely a wonderful, I want to hear you all 10-day parting shots. I do. I dropped the link. I want to hear what you have to say. Not any technical shit, but it's just like you have anything to say leading up to this fight. Just talk your shit, so to speak, in a timely manner. I'm not really trying to hear no breakdowns. Who's gonna pivot on the rear foot? Who's gonna turn their waist this way, and then they're gonna torque their shoulder forward and land the punch? No, I just want to hear you say talk your shit to whatever fighter that you going for, and hit some opposition. Like they're gonna get their ass beat. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave the link up for about 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I said I was gonna put the link up, and I think a dime, 10 days left is Feliciano's been talking a lot of shit in the motherfucking chat. So you can go up here and talk your shit too on who you was going for too, there, Feliciano. I will provide the panel for you too, but most for the ones who's up here for Team Crawford. That would be only fair. Okay, but I'm not going to discriminate now. I'm not going to discriminate like the aerosexuals. I'm not going to discriminate. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave that link out there for a minute or 2 or 3 for anybody who chooses to come in. And once again, all you got to do is say what you got to say and then leave. I'm not doing a panel on what color trunks that's going to be worn on fight night, how the color is going to influence the intensity of 2 bulls. You know what I'm saying? Trying to compare the fight to a Matador and all this other shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I want to keep this in an upbeat tempo. We got 10 days. The fight is going down next week. That means once we get to this weekend, which is only a couple of days away, then guess what? We on fight week, people. We are there. What's good, fellas? How y'all feeling?
What's good? World Combat. Salute World Combat. Everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat.
Hold on for a second. Let me What's good, man? Talk y'all shit. What's good with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop up here real quick. I'm doing something for my pop, but Bootney Farnsworth getting his ass whooped come July 29th. That's what I'm calling Errol Spence from now on. Bootney Farnsworth.
Why is that?
He looks like him.
Okay, I never
Real
heard
little
that
man
before.
out to get his ass whooped by 40th Street Black.
Okay, all right, right.
But, I mean, Combat, I know you've seen Let's Do It Again, so you already know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
you know, with Bill, yeah, and he's booting his Farnsworth.
What about you, King? Asia Math, what's good?
Yeah, well, I done already gave my broke down. I ain't gonna regurgitate nothing. What I did step up, I gave dude 48 hours to put his money where his mouth is.
Okay.
48 hours. That's Sunday. We got the weird receipts and all that. I ain't gonna put out the amount of money that I got betting on the guy that I'm riding with. Because really, at first it hurt a lot of people feeling. First they're gonna say cap, but then when you see the receipts, you know, then what? And I'm still willing. What all I got out there, I'm willing to double down on that. But for the cats that ain't putting their money up, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Because everybody could talk the talk. Is you gonna walk the walk? So you have my side of the bet, World Combat. 48 more hours will go up. You can hold that for 48 more hours to anybody that want to match that. And if not, you just kindly send it back. Because these cats
Y'all
just
better match that shit. He put it up. It's in escrow. Whoever's supposed to match it, he put it up. You know what I'm saying? It's not cap. He did put it up.
Oh man, I don't even care when people say I'm capping because it's cats with channels that said I be capping, and I still subscribe to them. But anytime I pull up, it's in fear because they know I got the receipts on there. Yeah. I ain't saying I know it all. I ain't saying I'm a be it all, and I ain't above all. I ain't beneath nobody. But I don't be coming on people platforms with the cap. I know who you riding for, World Combat, and it's no problem with that. We still have a good rapport. We can exchange dialogue and be indifferent on this topic, and we still cool, mano a mano. You a man, and I respect you as a man, and you respect me as a cool. I don't be coming on people's shit capping. I don't come to make I don't come to make nobody feel any more little than what they are, and all that. Whatever their insecurity is gonna come out when the shit gets real, that's on them. You know,
I feel it's mutual, man. It's mutual respect. I know who you're riding with, man, and I'm not here to persuade, you know, people, but I heard you, no doubt, man. And you know, salute to you. Definitely, you know where I'm at, man.
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah.
They don't come back in 48 hours, man. You know what it is. You get your shit back, man. They didn't step up to the plate.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't step up. But I mean, as far as the fight go, may the best man win. It's gonna come down to who imposes the will on the other. You know, I'm not saying, you know, it's just going to be an easy one. It could be a quick night, but I don't think, you know, when you put everything in the bucket, you know, it's going to be as easy as some people say it is. Just come out and be a bang them out. Yeah, it could be a Hearns and Hagler over real quick. But that means both guys went in there and put they all into it. And then that will be the end result. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No doubt. I heard you. Well, till next time, man, we'll do it again. All right, salute to you. Appreciate the King Asian Math pulled up. What's going on, Gumbo? How you feeling, bro?
What up, my brother?
I'm
Man,
good.
I heard Asian Math got something bet. I'm trying to find out what he betting on.
Hey, that's between him, man. You know what I'm saying? He got a bet with somebody. That's with him.
Ooh-wee. Hey, everybody betting. I ain't got a bet in yet, man. What's up, Asian Math?
Hey, what's up, sir? What's up, Hot Grease? I'm right here. You can ask me directly. What you need? What you trying to find out? What I'm betting on?
Who you betting on, Spence?
Oh yeah, sir. All day.
Shit, what you betting like that, bro?
All together, or you just want to know what's in World Combat escrow?
No, you know, I mean, I'm just asking what you betting. I mean, how much you betting? How much you betting?
He probably want to know for himself.
All together, 15 racks.
Man, that's a math for sure.
Hey, I feel you, fam. I feel you. Hey, but like I tell everybody, I ain't worried about losing it all because I ain't bringing it all. And I ain't betting nothing I can't cover. You know?
Okay. Shit, I might might be looking for you next week. See if you want to better.
And you know what, High Grease? On my win, most of it, I'm just gonna throw it back into the community anyway. That's all I'm gonna do. You know, it's just gonna go on a bunch of super chats.
Shit, okay. I'm sure. I might tap back into this next week, man. Next Monday or something. Shit, see if you still got a little bit of that escrow shit. I might want to step my size 12 on some of that escrow. You heard?
Well, World Combat got some of the escrow right here. You know, just you hit his cash out, and you know he'll know what it is.
I got my big bro cash app shit. But I'm gonna tap in with you and see how much you want to bet between me and you. You heard?
Once again, it's my money is already sit there waiting, so you can match that. And if you want to go higher, then I mean, do that.
But nah, I'm talking about. I don't care what you got in the escrow. I'm talking about what me and you gonna bet.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, Gumbo. He said if you want to match what's in escrow, then you got to bet.
Okay.
High Grease thinking it's just the cap. Like this is something I gotta do.
No, he ain't thinking like that. Asia man.
I got all respect for High Grease. I'm just being facetious right now.
Oh, okay.
My side is already there. I'm just waiting on somebody else to sign the contract. I done already signed the contract.
Okay, shit. I get back with you, shit. Guess what? I want to sign the contract too. I don't want just escrow. I need to sign the contract.
I'll do a public contract signing. Goddamn it, make it public.
Hey, I get back. I get with you by the beginning by Monday.
Oh, okay.
I chop up with you.
All right, send me
appreciate it, WCS.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Gumbo. You already know Hot Grease in the building.
Let me drive this big truck. I'll get back with you. I'm listening to the show later.
Yeah. All right, Hot Grease. You be safe out there, fam.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, Feliciano, I thought you was going to click the link, man, and give a shout out to your fighter, man. Unless you somebody voice I know. Come on, Feliciano. All that typing you did, you in there typing. You ain't going to get on here and say something for Spence, dog? What's going on, Buckle Up Boxing? How you feeling, bro?
WCS, what's goody with you, bro?
I'm good.
I just wanted to jump in here real quick because I'm tied up too. But I heard you say come in here and say what you got to say real quick since we days, we less than 10 days in. I thought I'd say real quick we got a fish fry coming up on July 29th. BYO on the beer and liquor. Make sure you let everybody know that WCS BYO on the beer and liquor. And not only will we have fried fish, they're gonna bake a quarter of the fish if you don't like fried food. So just make sure you pass the word out on that WCS, and big ups to you, bro. I'll get back.
Appreciate it, man. No doubt, man. Y'all heard it. It's gonna be options. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you got to say, Asian man?
No. I love it. I love the energy, man. That's all I got. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your support and allowing me to speak on your platform, World Combat.
No doubt. It's gonna be more of it come this week and next week, man. It's gonna be turned up for real. All right, for sure, man. Till next time, man. I'll holler at you. Yep. Hey, I've heard only one. Asian Map came up here, and he was the one that's going for Errol Spence. Okay, it has to be more than one. I've had two come up here for Bud. Buckle Up Boxing just came in. Then my boy Gumbo. You know what I'm saying? I said, come up here and say what you got to say and then bounce. I'm giving you the platform, dog. This is 10 days motherfucking out, y'all. Where are y'all at? Why are y'all not coming out and talking your shit about your fighter? Come on, man. What's going on with it? Unbiased fan is that Stephen Brimley. What's good?
What's going on, man? How you doing this wonderful afternoon?
I'm good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm very thankful. We got two great fights next week. I'm gonna be off the week of the weekend of Spencer Crawford, so just let it be known my birthday's the day before the fight. So the day of the fight, I'm gonna be grilling fish, grilling chicken, grilling steak, and I'm gonna be frying fish. And it's not even BYOB. It's gonna be liquor there for you too. So everybody can come. Whoever can come that lives in Connecticut can get them a taste of some beautiful fish and to watch a fish get fried and get cooked. cooked to the 8th degree because it's going down. I cannot wait. I'll tell you, the overconfidence in Spence fans, some of them are hilarious. I'm like, you overconfident for a guy that's about to step into the ring 469 days since his last fight. Oh yeah, he rusty all right. And guess what? Bud gonna be the WD-40 for him. He gonna squeak his fucking wheel, bro. I guarantee it.
That's what's up, man. Talk your shit, man. Appreciate you pulling up, big dog.
Shake your dog. Be blessed.
All right, be blessed, man. That right there sounds interesting. He got the whole spread. He has the whole spread. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out for you pulling up, man. He has the whole spread. That's what I'm talking about. He said you don't have to bring a BYOB. He's gonna have everything set up, man. That's what I'm talking about. He's gonna have everything set up. I am still waiting on Mr. Typer himself. I put the link in there, man. Hit the link and talk your shit about Errol, dog. What you think I'm gonna recognize your voice being somebody else? Hit the link, dog. I know. Look, I've had majority of Crawford supporters. King Asian Math came in to represent for Team Spence. Come on, man. Come on. You can't be all that typing in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have nothing to say. What's going on? Joseph Bailey in the building. How you feeling, brother?
What up, man?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Doing all right. I'm gonna turn this camera off.
All right.
I didn't I was my bad. Go which part, sir?
No, go ahead. Talk your shit, man. It's just, you know, whatever fighter you going for, man.
You know who we got, man. And I say we, you know who we got. Next week, man. It's Bud, he locked in, man. He been locked in ever since it's been announced. And before that. So he don't need to do no interviews. They don't need to interview him. It's all good. But he gonna show you, man. He gonna show the whole world what's up. That's all I got, man.
All right, no doubt. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Okay.
Joseph Bailey in the building.
No doubt.
And when you know, man, Feliciano has showed up to represent Team Spence. I am waiting to hear what you have to say. Go ahead, talk your shit, man.
I'm here. Holla at me. What's going on?
No. I'm not here to holler at you. I said talk your shit about Errol Spence, dog. The whole look. I don't know if you
I done typed it all up. What else you want to? What else you want to hear?
All you have to do is talk your shit to the people that's listening. The listeners is just saying, hey, let them know what's gonna happen on July 29th. How you feel deep down inside about, you know, the fighter that you're going for, Errol Spence. What you think he's gonna, you know, do the Bud Crawford or whatever. How you think he's gonna play out? Not everybody read your comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see Spence breaking Bud down. It might be a late stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 11th or 12th round stoppage.
And you see that strength coming from what exactly when you're talking about, you know, Errol Spence to Bud Crawford? You see Errol Spence strength being what to break Crawford down? Pressure. What?
He's got a lot of pressure. He throws a lot of punches. The only thing I think I probably can save Bud is the referee, depending on how the referee is going to let these guys bang it out.
So you think referee is going to play a significant role in this fight, just like they did with Caleb Plant and David Benavidez?
Yeah, he can play a very, very important role because when I watched that Porter fight, Bud Crawford had a big advantage with the clinching and the holding.
When they clinching and holding, when Porter fought Spence too? I mean, that was a rough drag.
I gotta rewatch that fight. Right? Yeah, I gotta rewatch that fight.
Do you think Spence will be able to do what he did against Ugas as well as Porter? Because I look at his last like 2 fights. He made a lot of mistakes in that Ugas fight. A lot. And I'm like, he can't make them same mistakes against Bud. Because Bud gonna capitalize on every mistake he make. With the reaching and his foot. I tell people his footwork and his head movement, he hasn't worked on none of that. He's so flat-footed. I'm like, and you got somebody that can move like Bud does. He's never fought nobody like that. So I think that's gonna be a problem, his footwork. Because he's not stationary. He's not gonna stand there with Spence like that. I don't see him doing that. But
any response to that, Felicia? No response. It's all good. Hey, I appreciate y'all fellas hitting the link. You know, we're gonna turn up a lot more at the end of the week. It's gonna be on a whole nother level. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let the panel know it ain't gonna be no damn, instructional period. It's gonna be people on here talking their shit leading up to the fight, man. It's gonna be lit. So I appreciate y'all fellas for tuning in and dropping through. Feliciano, you know what I'm saying? Joseph Bailey was in the building. Appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, man. Bro. Take care, man. I'll be back July 29th.
All right, for sure, man. No doubt.
All right.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah, be safe, man. Appreciate them fellas dropping up, man. Hey, I still got a little bit of time. I'm looking for some energy, man. I'm looking for that energy, man. Who you got? If you got Spencer, you got Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got Spencer, you got Crawford, man. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. You know what's up with that. Got the hottest in the game, the hottest chat in the game, man. I'm waiting for somebody to come in here and talk their shit, man. Oh, look, this is just a cameo. You go ahead and do your cameo, boom, talk your shit and bounce. That's it. It's Wednesday. I know some of y'all at work or y'all on lunch and y'all can't really start cussing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to get the manager's attention. I see. I know some of y'all have been coming to work late and you don't have no more strikes. I get it. All you got to do is dip off in the bathroom around the corner. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is say, hey, you know what? I got to go down and get something out the car, man. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? I got to get something. Go down there to the car. Listen, this motherfucker about to get his ass beat. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? 2 more minutes. Let's go, man. I know it's some more people that's turned up out there. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you don't have no more strikes at work, don't do it. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Real talk. Don't risk it. If you're in a Walmart or if you're driving by and see a Walmart, pull over to the Walmart. They don't give a damn what you're doing. Go in that motherfucker and talk your shit and then dip. That's it. They don't give a damn. If you're close to a Walmart, cool, do that. Don't go to a Starbucks, though. They'll kick your ass out in a heartbeat. No, sir. No, we do coffee. It's not the proper coffee etiquette. We're quiet. We have free Wi-Fi. Okay? Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. Drink your coffee. Eat your sandwich. But Walmart, man, yeah, go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Popeye's chicken. Yep. That you can turn up in there. I'm just giving you all the landmarks if you out driving right now. You know what I'm saying? Popeye's chicken, no doubt about it. Burger King, yep. Walmart, yep. Quick Trip, yep. I'm giving you all the places you need if you want to jump out for a minute and talk your shit and then goddamn get back on the road. Those are it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go to Kroger though. You got a Kroger? I wouldn't do Kroger. No, not Kroger. Kroger have cameras on every aisle in the produce department and all that shit. Shout out to Blunts and Boxing in the building. The GOAT has arrived. What's good, Blunts?
God damn, what's the deal, OG?
I'm good, man. How about you and the fam, dog?
Oh man, they good. You know, I'm finna turn 30 next month. The baby finna turn 2 the day after I turn 30. You know, we good, we getting ready, we excited, you know, but we can't get past what's finna go down on the 29th, man. I'm disappointed that Feliciano got his ass up here talking about some
you know,
I gotta go back and rewatch that. Pressure. But I really think the referee, man, fuck all that. Goddamn, fuck all that shit, man. Listen, let me tell you, Feliciano, what the fuck finna happen, right? I need you to go back in time. I need you to go back in time to the press conference where Spence told Kell Brook to his face, stand in the middle of the ring. Don't run. Stand in the middle of the ring. I'm going to hold you to it. God damn, that boy don't like movers. He don't like movers. It seems like he don't like movers. He wants that motherfucker to stand still, don't move. And then, you know, I think that's why the whole lead up, he been talking about some, you know how Bud is, if he going to want to try to get it back. But he begging on Bud to sit in there and trade with him. And I can tell you right now, that shit ain't going to happen. That shit ain't going to happen. Bud going to be in that dance. He going to be moving like Michael Jackson. He going to be over here, over there, hitting you from right here, over there. Man, he going to be all kinds of discombobulated and fucked up. I can see it now. I can see it. You know what I mean? So, you know, you do got to go back, do your research. Don't just look at the fights. You need to go back and watch them press conference. Go back and watch, you know, the post-fight press conference with Mikey Garcia when he said, man, I tried to get him out of there in this round, but he wasn't going. And I tried to get him out of there in this round, and I couldn't get him out of there. He wasn't going. So, you know, I couldn't get him out of there. God damn. I mean, he tried to knock that boy out. It didn't happen. God damn. Oh, man. He said he was going to knock Porter out. God damn. He walked out of there looking like he had Botox. I ain't going to lie. He got Botox in that fight. Face was all fat, swole up, and all kind of shit. I said, was this an accident picture or was this a fight picture? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell the difference. You know what I mean? So, you know, we just going to see. And then, you know, Feliciano, follow me on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? The same name, Big Blunts Boxing, you know what I mean? And you'll see, I posted a clip right now. I posted a clip. Well, not right now, yesterday. And Spence's last 3 fights, the commentator has always said something about his balance. So, and I bring that up because Joseph Bailey mentioned Spence's footwork, right? And I know OG said he ain't trying to hear all that shit about what you think gonna happen, but I'm just saying Spence got bad feet, man. He got bad feet, he got bad balance, man. It's documented, okay? You call it what you want. Porter stepped on his foot. That's what happened his first, second round. Nah. That nigga feet was in a bad position, which resulted in his foot getting stepped on, all right? The boy got bad feet. He ain't got no balance. He ain't got no head movement. He about to get his ass knocked out. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be respectful. I've been respectful, you know what I'm saying that I believe it could possibly go the distance. I'm a bank on the distance, you know what I mean? But if I had to go knock outside, I would think Bud gets it done in 10. And y'all going to see, man. Bomac let me know, man. You know, they're going to get the job done. And I firmly believe that. You know what I'm saying? So July 29th, fish fry activities. I'll be pulling up. And y'all better pray to motherfucking God. Y'all better pray to God Spence don't get knocked out. And y'all better pray to God he motherfucking win. You Spence fans. Because if he get knocked out, and I mean when I say knocked out, I'm talking about the David Avenesian special. If he get put unconscious, I am on y'all ass after I come out of shot, because I'm gonna be speechless for about maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna be rewinding that shit back, playing it back, you know, looking at it again. Like, did this really happen? Oh my God, am I too high? Am I not high enough? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? And then if Spence win, you know what I mean? Well, then y'all gonna have a field day. Y'all gonna have a field day. But you know, if he don't win, god damn, I'm on y'all ass. I'm on y'all ass hard. Pause. So yeah, man. July 29th combat. Keep the high grease going. God damn, you been scorching the whole block all week. Where Juice Lee at? That nigga is hilarious. You been setting shit on fire, man. Juice had to call the goddamn fire department and shit. Had to hunker down in the bunker and shit. Man, this been crazy, man. Keep the fire on, man. Keep it going, man. We need that.
No doubt. You already know, man. The one and only Big Blunts and Boxing pulled up. The GOAT was in the building. Appreciate you, bro. Man, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Give that goddamn hot grease, man. Come in here with flamethrowers in both hands, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't even do panels like that, man. I'm giving y'all the opportunity to talk, and we got to dime out. We got to dime out in this. That means a 10. We got a 10 piece waiting, bro. We got a 10 piece. We got 10 days, man. Come on, man. Blunt still got the room smoking. Man, I know it's somebody else with that heat. Come on, man. All y'all out there supporting. I know it's somebody else with the heat. All I said, come in here and talk your shit and go. That's it. We ain't breaking down shit. We ain't breaking down nothing. I'm giving you the opportunity. If you are an Errol Spence fan, you can talk your shit. If you are a Terrence Crawford supporter, which is the A side, you can talk your shit. I am providing you with the opportunity. Like I said, I have given you landmarks if you are driving to stop in and talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christopher White on deck. How you feeling, bro?
What's up?
I'm good, man. Talk your shit, man. What you got?
Man, I got Terrence Crawford, man. He's too talented, man. he gonna gut him, man. He gonna do him bad.
So what you got to say to the Errol Spence fans and you know, I know who you picking, but the whole purpose is that, you know, you talk your shit to the Errol Spence fans, you know, since we got 10 days, dog. We got 10 days in this bitch. We got 10, man. What you got to say to those who are waiting?
They just need to stay tuned, man. This is gonna be a classic, man. You know, Terrence Crawford gonna put on a show like he did Julius Dondo. He gonna do him dirty, man. All that shit he be talking, sorry for my mouth, but you know, he gonna put that work in. You'll see, like he putting the work in right now. He gonna really get him good, man. No problem.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you pulling up. You know, Julius and Dongo went out in 3 rounds now.
Oh, I know.
He went out in 3. You see, you think it's gonna be goddamn that early, or you just saying, hey,
nah,
hey.
he gonna get him in the 10th round. He won't put a show on, man. Trust me.
Okay,
they're gonna have to stop that, man. Or he gonna knock him down. He gonna hit him rib shot, man. I believe he gonna hit him with a body shot.
All right, that's what's up, man. Hey, Christopher White, first time on the panel, man. I appreciate you pulling up, my guy.
All right, no problem, man. Keep your
salute.
Keep doing your GOAT things, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your support. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
No doubt. Salute. Who else in the building, man? I know it's more people out there. I know where's all you look. I got 50 plus in the building, and I may have had like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? 7 to 8 to pull up, man. And majority of those has been Bud Crawford. I understand. I ain't mad, man. We on deck in this bitch. We are on deck. Period. Whatever you're fighting, we're not discussing, we're not debating. I'm giving you the opportunity to talk your shit because it's Wednesday, it's halfway through the week, on to the weekend, and it's the final weekend prior to next week. Next week is fight. It's the fight. It ain't no more weeks after. It's the fight. It's the fight that's going to change the landscape of the YTC, where the aerosexuals will be seen trying to burrow themselves into the dirt and go into hiding after this shit, for real. These motherfuckers going to use their own fingernails and shit, their teeth. They're going to be goddamn trying to burrow themselves into the deepest hole and just sit there. Motherfuckers putting out missing persons report and all that shit. They got them on the old school. They're gonna have their picture on a milk carton. YTC went missing July 29th around 11:47 p.m. Have you seen this person? Please contact 911, please. Shout out to the XO Factory on deck. Talk your shit, man.
OG, what's good, OG?
What's good? What's good, man?
Grease, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, OG, you know this shit. Hey, I got a feeling. OG, I got a feeling. This is what my feeling is. I'm gonna talk to you, big bro. This shit is gonna be a virtuoso, man. I'm telling you. Reason why I say that, man, because what we dealing with here, man, when we dealing with Bud, man, this is what he's gonna do. He gonna make Earl look silly a lot of times, bro. You're gonna see a lot of moments in this fight where Earl is gonna be looking silly as hell. He gonna be looking confused. He gonna be looking. I'm telling you, bro, this shit is gonna be a virtuoso. Bud is gonna be hitting him from so many fucking angles and shit with shots he don't even see coming. The shit is gonna get ridiculous, bro. He gonna be making Earl look crazy out there. Now I'm not saying Earl ain't gonna get his shit off. I'm not saying that because Earl gonna get some shit off. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But Bud gonna be catching him, bro, and he gonna be confused in this motherfucker, bro. And cause he's never, ever, ever, seen no shit like this when he get in the ring with Bud, man. I'm keeping this shit a buck, bro. Like the shit that he gonna see, it's gonna throw him all off, bro. He gonna be like, man, what the fuck? I cannot get a line on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Cause he used to motherfuckers being right there. He can't get a line on him, OG. He can't get a line on him, OG. He gonna be
I hear you.
confused, and he gonna be like, what the fuck, man? What do I, Derek, tell me something, DJ. Tell Dad, somebody tell me. He gonna be confused, OG. OG, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you some real shit right now, OG. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me on this one. Bro, he gonna get in that OG, and the shit is gonna be so fucking outrageous. He gonna be like, bro, I don't know what to do. There, you know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me something, and then, you know what I'm saying? And did you what else I gonna say? Because I heard you remember Big Baby back in the day back what was that fight where Big Baby had? He sparred Bud. He sparred Bud, and he was like, God damn, Bud is serious. That was the fight Bud had right before Porter, and he was sparring with Big Baby Anderson, and Big Baby was like, "What in the?" You can go back and look at that interview. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't seen it probably. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby was like, "Man, that guy's something serious, man." He said, and Big Baby predicted that he was gonna put Sean Porter down in the 10th round. Go back and look at that interview.
Okay.
He predicted.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
because they was training Shakur and all them right over in Texas.
Yeah. So man, I'm telling you, and, hey, what's that cheese? Big bro, tell us about that cheese again, man, that they're gonna need, because they're gonna need some help. The Earl Sets are gonna need some help, big bro. I've been telling you, we're gonna have to get some counseling for these guys, man. It's gonna be bad out here in these streets, big bro.
Real big, real bad.
And you said it's some type of cheese that they can eat, they'll be all right. Some shit like
that government cheese.
The government cheese.
Yeah, that government cheese. It's slow to digest. That government cheese slow to digest. God damn it.
hey man, they don't need a lot of that shit. They gonna need a lot of that shit, OG. I'm serious, man, because this shit is gonna get bad out there in these streets, man. And a lot of these guys, man, they're gonna go into hiding for a while, man. They're gonna need to talk to some counseling and shit like that. So this is EXO talking to all the Spence fans and the fanboys, the Earl sexuals, and all you guys. We gonna it's things in place that you guys can get help after this fight. OG probably can point you in the right direction. Some cheese out there, the government cheese. You can get that government cheese, and we're gonna try to help you guys out, man, because we know it's gonna be hard for y'all after this fight, bro.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, but
hey.
I just want to pull up. What's up, OG? Hello?
Still there? Oh, yeah.
No, I said I thought you were saying something. Yeah, I just wanted to pull up on you, man, and talk my shit for a minute, big bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here riding around and getting it. So I said, let me pull over and goddamn get up here and holler at OG, man, and try to, talk to these guys, man, and let them know that it is help out there if you're gonna need help. And I know you have PTSD is real, and things of that nature. You guys not gonna be able to get sleep. You're probably gonna be a lot of divorces and shit going on. Probably gonna be a lot of things going on out here, but it's places to get help. So, you guys, it's gonna be all right. I just want to tell y'all guys, it's gonna be all right, man. Life goes on.
No doubt. I couldn't say it better, man. Appreciate you pulling up. The XO Factory in the building. And look, we're gonna continue to do this, man. It's 10 days. We're gonna do it all the way into fight week, man. Shit.
I'm jumping on. If you open up this panel, I'm jumping on every day and talk about shit every day up until the goddamn day.
That's the whole point. Talk shit the whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you pulling up, big dog.
Appreciate you, big bro.
No doubt. Man, shout out to the XO Factory in the building. Man, we're gonna do some different shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The hottest chat in the game. I want them to click the link and talk their shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let people know how motivated you are. Like XO just said, we have resources available. We have resources available on fight night. You know what I'm saying? Once you leave the arena, we will have those brown bag lunches. Back in the day, we called them sack lunches. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to provide you with that premium bologna. You know what I'm saying? And that premium government cheese, the shit you eat, and it stay in your system for at least about 7 days, like they used to say gum does. You swallow a piece of gum and stay in your body for 7 years. The cheese gonna stay in there for like 7 good days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might be constipated, but that's the whole point. We want you to be fed. You know what I'm saying? We want you to be fed. So those of you that have acid reflux and all those other issues is going on, this cheese is going to get you where you need to be, because hey, that acid ain't going to be able to bubble up that cheese like that. So you're going to be good. You're not going to be burping all the time. And then I'm going to put a Capri Sun in that motherfucker for you so you can stay hydrated, all that. Okay? Anybody else is gonna jump on and talk their shit, man. I know it's so many of y'all that's tuned in and watching, but y'all don't want to jump on the panel and talk your shit. I said, if you're going for Spence, you're going for Spence. You're going for Crawford, you're going for Crawford. Just talk your shit and leave. It's that simple. Talk your shit and bounce. I know people are at work. You know what I'm saying? I already told you, if you're at work and you already got 2 strikes, you might want to just find a quiet place, right? A quiet place. I don't know if you work at Popeyes, but at Popeyes, if you work in the cash register, you can do it right there. They don't give a fuck. Same thing goes for Walmart. You know what I'm saying? People make videos in Walmart all the time. But Popeyes, Burger King, Mickey D's, maybe Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, you can be at work and goddamn be on live. Talk your shit, man. They ain't gonna do nothing. Believe me. You know what I'm saying? All they gotta do is call up the manager. Hey, I done seen all them videos, man, and across the board, y'all not doing your job. But don't fire that worker. All they was doing is just getting hyped for the fight next week. Okay. And by the way, what's your prediction? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. I'm gonna be about there to get some goddamn Popeyes chicken sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? On fight week, I'm having fish now. I'm having fish on fight day. But, you know, them Popeyes chicken sandwiches, yes, they're going to be on point throughout the week. Anybody going once, going twice? Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Once again, shout out to Team Crawford, who is in training, getting ready, been ready. You know what I'm saying? And we about to get this man a 28-1 box rec so he can remember the time. Salute, continue to support. Appreciate the ones who donated to the channel. I'm out.